The fuck do you mean by that? Rude? What the fuck? Mr. Lion, what the fuck, man? I'm just sat here. I'm just sat here, man. What the hecky? What the hecky? So rude. Oh, it's really hot, chat. It's really hot. It's icky. Icky. Make it just out here being a little guy and just lying on the front deck. Yeah, he just like fucking like pounced on me. Like I'm just like a little like a little baby gazelle or something on the savannah. And Mr. Lion was just like in the bushes and just pounced on me. Damn! Damn! And here I thought you guys would be happy to see me. I thought you'd be happy to see me, but I can go if you want. I have been waking up too late, though. I have been waking up too late. Chat, I have some... Shall we just, like, rip off the Band-Aid? Should we, like, rip off the Band-Aid now, as they say? Rip off the plaster, if you're British. Shall we rip it off now? Should we let's start by talking about something potentially unpleasant, and then things can maybe only get better from there, right? Maybe if we get the icky bit out of the way first, then maybe the rest of the stream will be okay, and things can only get better, right? Things can only get better. Maker's interrupted my brain rot on TikTok to having full undivided attention. Oh my god, the attention for me? The little me? The little old me? Okay, so I know my mods are already aware of this to a degree, but there might be some changes coming to the way I stream. This isn't regarding like the whole model or PNG thing or anything. This is a different issue that has potentially presented itself. We don't have solid information yet. I think Mia has mentioned this on his side of things as well. Obviously, the effect for me is a bit different to how it affects Mia, but it's probably not going to come to as a surprise to a lot of you, because a lot of you will have heard this from Mia's POV already. But we don't know exactly what is happening yet, but it looks like there's potentially going to be some shake-up in Mia's work, which potentially means that Mia will have to, all of these office working days will have to be, because he doesn't drive at the moment, so he'll have to commute in by train. I can't drive him all the way to the office because it would not be financially viable, because Mia works like 2 or 3 towns over. Like we live in like one city. Mia like works in like the next big city over. So like the time it would take me, like I would be like on the road for like 4 hours a day. Like if I dropped Mia off to work and then came back home and then went out again to pick him up again and bring him back home at the end of the day, it would like literally probably be about 4 hours driving for me, which isn't really viable time wise, but also financially. Like that's not going to be better on like fuel and tire wear and stuff like that. Like it's not going to work out economically like any better. So it's looking likely that for Mia's office days, he's going to have to train in. So I normally, if he's not going into the office with his mate that he carpools with normally, I drive him to the train station. If what we're kind of fearing we're kind of fearing the worst at the moment. And if that does come to fruition, that will mean that all of Mia's office days, I will need to take him to the train station in the morning and pick him up again, because we can't really avoid the train fare. The train fare is the most economical way for him to travel to where his job is. But it's something ridiculous. Like, from our house to the train station, I think it costs something ridiculous. Like, it's like 6 to 8 quid for an Uber. So, like, obviously, like, you times that by 2 times a day, you know, and he has to go in, what, 3 times a week, I think? He has to do, like, 3 mandatory office days a week. So, obviously, like, £8 to the train station there and back every day, you know. I'm not good at maths, but like, whatever 8 times 2 is, and then times that by 3, and then times that by 4, because obviously he's got to do it like for the whole month. Like, that's a lot of money, you know, just in Uber. So I can't feasibly take him all the way to the office because he works too far away, but I can at least save him having to spend that much extra money. Like, bearing in mind as well, like, the train station is like probably, I think it's about 2 miles, maybe 2.5 miles away from the house. Like, it's not even far away, really. It's not even really that far away from the house. So I can at least save him from that extra expense. Obviously, it's already going to cost him more money of a month to commute in by train every single day as it is. Add in Uber fares on top as well, especially because we are a single income household still at the moment. It's going to cost us a fortune. I think, like, if Mia paid out of pocket for like everything, both Ubers and the train tickets, like, I think it would like almost be like an extra 400 quid a month outgoings, and we just can't really afford that. So yeah, there might be, I don't 100% know how it's going to affect us yet. The news isn't confirmed. It's kind of speculative based on circumstances at the moment. I'm not being cryptic on purpose. Like, we genuinely don't really know where we are at the moment. But obviously, we're both already considering our options and stuff. And I like being upfront with you guys, you know? I like letting you guys know what's happening. So there might be a shake-up to the way Megu streams are handled at some point in the future. I don't know if that's going to be near future or far future. I don't really know. And I haven't worked out yet how I'm going to work around it either. Because my options at the moment would kind of be, because like normally when I take Mia to the office, like if I stream on a Mia office day where I had to take him, what I would do is like I would start stream at 11 a.m. and then I would like have like a set end time. Like the stream couldn't go on later than like 3 o'clock because I had to get ready for obviously going out and picking him up at the end of the day. So either that time slot stream might become more common. There is a potential that maybe I might switch to doing evening streams instead. Evening streams might become more common. Or I might just decide to like make my stream days like Mia's homeworking days and the weekends, so I kind of avoid the times where I have work duties for him. I haven't 100% decided yet. I don't really know what the best option will be yet. Obviously, it depends what the circumstance is when we know. For sure. When we know that, obviously, I'll have a better idea of what I can do about it. But yeah, just so you guys know, there is potentially going to be a big shake-up to how and when I stream at some point. So, not the best news. I can't lie. It's a bit gutting. Not just for me personally, but obviously also financially and like for Mia as well. Like, it's a bit of a blow. It's a blow we didn't need. So it kind of sucks. I won't lie. Mental health has been a bit shit since Friday. Like in the house in general. Like not even just me. Like we've been pretty bummed out since we found out something was up. There's no confirmation of like what's up yet, but like something clearly is up. But like, I can't really divulge info because there's no real info at the moment. But something's definitely up. So yeah, it is a big concern. But like, I don't want to quit streaming over it or anything. But it will potentially affect things. Midnight Shadow. Well, that's the thing as well, because like, I could sit here and complain at Mr. Lion shouting at me for waking up too early. No, too late even. But he's kind of right. I need to. By the way, does anyone have any any tips or hints? Like how do I reset my sleep schedule? Does anyone know? Because I do actually need to fix my sleep schedule, because my sleep schedule is pretty shit at the moment, and it's kind of not the end of the world if I'm not doing anything. But obviously, if I've got to wake up at like 7:30 in the morning to take Mia to the train station, I kind of can't still be awake at 3 a.m., you know? That's not a lot of sleepies. That's not a lot of sleepies. So, yeah. I do, all joking and bullying Mr. Lying aside, I do actually need to try and fix my sleep schedule a bit, because I am actually going to need to start waking up in the morning a lot more as well. At the moment, I only normally take Mia to the office. Like, the reason it's so sporadic is because at the moment, I only take Mia to the office on days where the person he carpools with isn't going into the office. So, you know, like, if he's like off sick or on holiday, or if he's just like scheduled a day off for whatever reason, you know, if the person Mia carpools with isn't going into the office that week, those are the days I normally take Mia. But obviously, if the person he normally carpools with isn't going to be carpooling anymore for whatever reason, then that means all of Mia's office days will be Megu days. So I need to get in a better routine. I need to get in a better routine for it. I'm gonna have to be a bit mean to Mia though, if it does come to that, because like, Mia is really bad. Like, I take the piss out of him all the time for this, because like, he'll tell me like he's going in the office tomorrow, and I'll be like, is it a me day or is it a him day? And he'll be like, no, it's a him day. Like, you can wake up whenever. I'm like, okay, cool. And then like, I'll get up in the morning, like, you know, at whatever time I roll out of bed, and I'll get up and I come downstairs and Mia's sat at his desk, and I'm like, I thought you said you were office today. And then he's like, oh yeah, no, I didn't go in because X, Y, or Z reason. I won't be fucked around like that. So Mia's gonna have to give a little. He's gonna like, I wanna know what I'm doing. He's like, if he says like, I'm going into the office tomorrow, like, we need to go into the office tomorrow. Like, I don't want to be messed around with that, because that's like not great for me, like, mentally, obviously, because of like the potential, you know, undiagnosed tism and whatnot. I really don't like change, you know, and like, if there's a plan, then great, but then if plan change, make you not happy. If there's a plan and plan change with no notice, make you not happy. So I don't want to be like messed around with time, like, you know, just like waking up like, oh no, I couldn't be bothered today, sort of thing. Like, if he says we're doing it, he's gonna have to do it. That's gonna be my one condition. That's gonna be my one condition. It's like, you will not fuck me around, mister. I think that's fair. I think that's fair to be my one condition. I think that's fair. But yeah, I will obviously keep you guys updated as and when we know anything, as and when I come to a decision on anything. Obviously, I'll keep you guys updated. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, you know? Like, I wanted to give you guys a heads up. I didn't want to just like spring it on you randomly one day. It's like, oh, by the way, guys, I'm an evening streamer now, you know? Or, oh, by the way, guys, I don't stream weekdays anymore. Or like, whatever it is I end up deciding, you know? I didn't want it to just be like an out of the blue decision that comes out of nowhere sort of thing, you know? I don't know, I just feel better about like, I know, like, if it was me, like, I'd rather know ahead of time, you know? That's just the way my brain works, and I try and treat you guys the way I would like to be treated, you know? And I would prefer to know a little bit in advance. Wait, what? Why am I gonna hate you? Wait, what? Why? 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 Oh no, what's this? Son of... What the actual fuck, man? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? I don't know why I even come to streams. I don't even know why I fucking come here. Was that a freebie again? Gary, was that another fucking freebie? I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm gonna fucking scream. I'm gonna fucking scream. What the fuck? I'm angry. I'm angry. That's messed up. Uma Musume hates me. Uma Musume actually hates me, I guess. Fuck me, I guess. Wow, I see how it is. I see how it is, Cygames. I see how it is. Just tell me you hate me.
Greetings, silly pink kitty.
Greetings.
In our Lord and Saviour's honour. Hath Ginga Gingerton, the ginger fuller of Gingeropolis. Gingersville, Lord Fluffybutt, demander of the Sriches. The stinky flew for the 435 quintillion and first. Wants pats. But also wets.
I did give him pats before stream. I was in Mia's room for a little bit before I streamed, and I did give him pats and kisses before stream. And I do have, he hasn't wanted wets yet, but I'm prepared for him. I'm prepared for him. I have a pouch of wets in here, and I have a fork in here. So when he does come in, inevitably at some point wanting his wets, I'm ready for him. When he comes in, he's having cozy, snuggly sofa time at the moment. But when he gets hungry and he comes in here and starts shouting at me, I'm ready for him. I've got the wets. I've got the good stuff. I'd be ready for him. Anyway, let me scroll up because I think some of you did answer my question about sleep schedules, and I do actually need to know that. Let me have a look. What did you say? There are two ways. A gradual way where you decrease by half an hour to an hour each night until you have your optimal sleep schedule, or do an all-nighter. I can't do all-nighters. So all-nighters definitely isn't an option. Two options. One is to create a ritual that trains your brain to sleep at set times. This includes no PC or phone before bed, no gadgets near bed. And the other is... Okay, so you and... Like Anayasa said the same thing. Okay, force yourself to stay awake until you reach the time you want to sleep. Yeah, I don't know that I could do... I don't know that I could do an all-nighter. I don't know that I could do that. I normally get like... See, I'm like stuck in a cycle. I'm not like intentionally sleeping really badly at the moment, but like the trouble is like I'm going to bed with Mia, you know, like Mia's going to bed at like, you know, normally about 1:30 sort of thing, and I go to bed with him, and like I feel tired, like for all intents and purposes I feel tired. I'm sat at my desk and I'm yawning my head off and everything, and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired, I can't wait to go to bed. And then I lay in bed and I'm just like, what the fuck was that? Wisp! Wisp. Wisp. Thank you. Thank you very much, Wisp. You're very naughty, but thank you. But yeah, I go to bed and I'm just like, I'm just like, wait, hang on. Wait, I gotta, wait, I want to do something quickly. Wait, let me come over it a bit. Do I have a bed? This is this is literally me when I go to bed chat. I'm not even joking. This is literally me when I go to bed. I just lay there and I'm just like awake. And like I can feel sleepy and tired and be yawning and everything before bed. And then I go up to bed and I lay there and I just like can't sleep. I'm just like there. Like lately, like I've been like going to bed at like 3:30, 4 a.m. and not by choice. It's not like I'm sat down on my PC pissing about until 4 a.m. I'm in bed. I'm in bed. I'm going to bed when Mia goes to bed. You know, I'm in bed, but then like I just don't sleep. I just don't fucking sleep at the moment. I don't know why. It sucks. It sucks so bad. So yeah, I just end up just like laying there like that, just like blank and annoyed and frustrated that I'm tired, but I also can't sleep. It's so annoying. I hate it. So yeah, that's me at the moment, chat. Anyway, you can all go in the bin now. You guys can go in the bin now. Man, I can't believe Giri's luck. That's fucked up. Where's my current chan? Where's my current chan? Do you know who I got on my free ticket today, chap? I got Winning Ticket. I like Winning Ticket. Don't get me wrong. I like her. She's a good horse, and I really like her story and her character and stuff. I'm not hating on Winning Ticket, but like a little SR or SSR as a treat. Please? Please? Like Agnes Takia, I think that's better than a Current Chan. I want Current Chan. She's just really cute. I love her. Current Chan is cute and sweet. Oh, pardon me. I love her and I want her. I'm scared I'm using up my luck for the 21st. Oh shit, wait. You better not be. You better not be. For me, I'll watch an hour of TV before sleep, and when I turn the TV off, now I'm out like a light. We don't even have a TV in a bedroom. I've never been like one of those people that watches TV. Well, I don't, to be fair, I don't really watch TV in general anyway. So that's kind of a moot statement from me. I don't really watch TV. I don't really watch TV. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Really like phone monitors, phones and stuff lowers your hormone levels, so it creates and helps sleep enter in REM, which is why you feel so tired in the day. But so by not using them 30 to 60 minutes prior to bed, your brain has a better chance of adjusting to a normal rhythm. Also, no gadgets near bed is just to remove that mental FOMO effect. If you have to get up to check Discord, TikTok, Doomscroll, Twitter, you're much more likely to say screw it. That's fair. That's fair. I should have brought some like, I forget what it's called. You know, like the herbal sleep remedy stuff. Maybe I should have got some of that on Saturday. Maybe I should have picked up some of that. I should have picked up some like nighttime calms or something. If I can't sleep, drugs will make me. I wish we could have melatonin in the UK. I wish we had melatonin. I always hear like about people that swear by melatonin, but we can't have it in the UK. The only way to get it in the UK is to be. I think doctors can prescribe it, but yeah, it's a prescription only thing in the UK. I'm pretty sure. And I'm not going to the doctors. I can't be asked, man. I fucking hate dealing with doctors. I fucking hate it. I forgot who I got. That was before I conked out. I watch streaming services, and I don't tend to watch TV in bed. I'll sit in a chair or living room. That way, brain doesn't associate the bed with TV. Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair. I've always found it really weird when like people have TVs in their beds, like, well, not in their beds, but like in the bedroom. Because like I mean, technically you could argue like, when I was a kid, like I did have a TV in my bedroom because like obviously I had my own TV, like little one in my room. But like even then, like I never really watched it at bedtime. You know, when I was younger, I would watch the I would watch like CBBS after school. No, was it? I don't think it was called CB. It used to be called CBBC, I think. It's called CBeebies now. But yeah, like I would watch like the cartoons and like the kids shows and stuff after school when I got home from school, and then I didn't really do anything else with my TV. Like those programs go offline at a certain amount of time. You know, it switches over to adult broadcasting and starts playing like the news and soaps and stuff. So I turned my TV off at that point. So like I've never really, even when I did have TVs in my room, I've never really been one to watch TV in bed. But I remember like finding it really, and like no one else in my family was either. Like my mum never had a TV in the bedroom, even my nan or granddad, who I lived with growing up. No one had a TV in the bedroom. And I remember like when I would go to Mia's house, Mia's house is like wild. They have like a TV in every room. Like, it's not even an exaggeration. Like there's a TV in the kitchen, there's a TV in the living room, and then everyone has a TV in their bedroom. And like Mia's mum and dad will they will be, bearing in mind, like they're like your typical old people that don't really do much other than watch TV, right? So like they will sit in the living room or the kitchen all day watching telly, and then they'll turn everything off and go to bed. They turn the TV on in the bedroom and watch TV in bed before going to sleep. And like, I don't know, it's just so weird to me. Not weird as in I think it's like wrong or bad or anything. Like, I'm not like shaming anyone if you do watch TV in bed or anything. But like, to me, it's just weird because like, I never grew up with anyone that did that. So like, I don't know, it just feels weird to me. And like, you know how like nowadays, oh my god, nowadays you get like the fucking beds, don't you, where it has like the big fucking widescreen TV that like pops out at the end of the bed. Like, why? Who needs that? I mean, for starters, I'm not being funny, right? I think that's too close. I think that's too close. You know when you get those big TVs in the beds, like, I think that's too close to be sat on top of a TV anyway. I think that's too close to the screen anyway, personally. But yeah, I do need to try and fix my sleep schedule. Because if I gotta be up a lot regular for taking Mia to work, I would really like to be sleeping. I would really like to be sleeping. I don't want to be awake still at like 3 a.m. and then waking up at like 7. That's like what? Yeah, that'd be like 4.5, 5 hours sleep. Like that's not enough. So I do gotta fix it. I do gotta fix my sleep schedule. So maybe you'll start seeing an earlier Megu around soon, chat. Maybe you'll start seeing me around a little bit earlier. I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I don't know if it's like, it could be any number of things, to be fair, but like, I've been so tired lately. Like, and like, even if I go like back to bed in the afternoon for an afternoon nap or whatever, like, I'm still just tired. I'm like tired all the fucking time. I'm like actually in cat mode at the moment. Like, I could just sit down anywhere, close my eyes, and I will fall asleep. Except bed. We don't fall asleep in bed for some reason. We don't fall asleep in bed for some reason. But anyway, maybe that's what I should do. Maybe when I start getting tired tonight, like maybe instead of like turning my PC off and going up to bed, maybe I'll just turn my PC off and just like lean back in my chair. Maybe I'll just turn the PC off and just lean back in my chair and close my eyes. What if I just sleep in my chair instead, Chad? Do you reckon that'll work? Do you reckon that'll work if I just sleep in my chair? And just put my arms on my desk, just like have a little desk snooze for like the whole night. Like surely that won't ruin my back, right? I think your back would really appreciate it. I reckon it'd be fine. I've never broken a bone. My bones are pretty sturdy. They'll be all right, right? They'll be all right, right? Also, hi, Toru. Hi. I took your failure to answer as a no and just streamed anyway, in case you couldn't guess. I DM'd Toru earlier. I was like, I'm guessing it's probably too late to expect a Toru stream because, like, if Toru replied and he was like, I was actually going to stream, then I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't be streaming right now. My stream was very much Toru dependent. But he never replied, and he did reply, but he replied like after I started streaming. But he like didn't reply quick enough, so I was like, well, if he hasn't replied yet, and it's already like pretty late anyway, I was like, I don't think he'll stream today. I'll just do a little stream. So here I am. Were you doing anything fun, Toru? Were you having a nice time? What the fuck? I was streaming SMA. You weren't, I checked! Wow, you went on Twitch anyway. I did check Twitch, just in case. Just in case you had, like, forgotten to DM me there. What if I streamed, though? Or something. I did check Twitch before I went live. I asked the question, and I waited, and I didn't get an answer, so I checked Twitch, and you weren't there either, and I was like, I'm guessing it's a no. Lilac, I don't read. What do you mean read a book? I don't fucking read. I thought you knew that about me. I thought you knew that about me. What am I gonna sit here and read? I don't really have anything that I do away from screens. Unless, well, no, because then I was gonna say unless I just go sit on the sofa for like half hour before bed and just like yap to me or whatever. But even then, I normally have like my phone or my iPad with me, and I'll just like have a little browser Rooney. Or maybe I should wait. Maybe I should start wearing my blue light glasses. I have blue light glasses. Do they actually help? I don't know if I ever wore them long enough to find out if they worked or not. Do they help? Does anyone know? Does anyone know if blue light glasses actually help? Maybe I should start wearing them. Maybe we could try wearing them and see if that helps. I already have the glasses, so it's not like it's costing me anything to try. If I had more space and money, I would have so many books. Oh, I'm not really a reader. The trouble is with reading with me, it's like either I will go so long between reading things, I will like forget what happened before, and then I'll have to reread. But like, I don't really like rereading things because like, I will remember enough that it's too familiar that it feels really boring to read again. But I don't remember enough to just pick up from where I left, sort of thing, you know? Or the other thing is I will just get so absorbed into reading, I will just like sit there and just read like God knows how many pages back to back non-stop. I won't eat, I won't drink, I won't nothing. I will just read. There's like no in between with me and reading. But I don't really read very often. The last time I read a book was a book I read it initially. I went to a friends meetup in London. This was back when I was part of the BJD community, and I went to London to go to like a meetup with a bunch of my friends I met through the BJD community. And I went down there on one of those like cheap coaches. It wasn't the Megabus. I think it was Greyhound. I know it wasn't Megabus. I think it might have been a Greyhound. But it was like a 3-4 hour bus journey on my own. And I was like, what the fuck do I do for that amount of time? So I went to the charity shops and I just brought a few books, and I took books with me. And I brought one, you know how they say like don't judge a book by a cover? Like, well, I did that. I did that. I judged them A, by how enticing the covers were, and B, by like the blurb on the back. That's how I determined what books I brought. But I brought this really cool one. It had this like really cool cover, and then like the sides of the pages were like black. And they look really cool, and I was like, ooh, cool book. So I did buy it based purely on appearances, and it was a really good book. I do remember really enjoying it. And I didn't finish it on the buses, but I was invested enough by the time I'd like obviously gone down to London reading it and come back reading it. I was invested enough that I did finish it. But that's the last time I read a book, and that's probably about 15 years ago now. Probably about 15 to 17-ish years ago, I think. I can't remember what the book was called. I don't remember what it's called. I don't think I even still have it. I don't know where my books are. I did buy a few. I used to have a book in my glove box in my car to like read on my lunch breaks. Except I never read it. I don't know if that's still in the car. It might still be in my glove box. There might be a book in my glove box. I read it so few times, I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head what the book was. I flip to a random page, read it, then judge it. But what if you read something that, like, really spoils something? I got told off a lot in school for reading. I was never really a big reader. Like, even in, like, school and stuff, I was never really a big reader. Apart from, like, my manga phase, but I feel like that doesn't really count. I feel like my manga phase doesn't really count. Does manga count? I don't know. They do help, but they aren't a complete negate. But it would mean you could just spend like 5 to 10 minutes doing something as opposed to 30, 40. Okay. It's also the act of being on the phone and stuff, not just the blue light. Yeah, because like keeping your mind active and stuff, I guess. I guess it's like it's giving your mind and your body that time to like destimulate itself, I guess. What's going on with him and Musume? I have double gold inspo on this. What the fuck, man? Giri, stop stealing everyone's Uma luck. Stop stealing everyone's luck on Uma Musume. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's just rude, Giri. That's just, honestly, that's rude. My only issue about audiobooks is when people talk about hating a book because they didn't like the voice. To be fair, I could see that being me. I would be like, if I was gonna like listen, I've never listened to an audiobook, but I feel like if I was gonna, I would be really fussy about the voice. I would be very particular. Not to the extent that I would say I hate the book just because I didn't like who narrated it. But I definitely could be put off even trying an audiobook if I didn't like the way the voice sounded. I don't know if it's a spoiler till I get there. I mean, I guess. I guess, maybe. You want to basically build a bedtime routine. Just get into a habit of doing something away from the PC, phones, that's relaxing and helps your brain unwind before bed. And try not to do too much in bed, like scrolling on phone, playing games. I know you're going to say don't, but as an example, watching TV. The more things you do, the more your brain associates bed with that over sleep, making it hard to sleep. You're going to use the bed for bed purposes. Mia, you should be listening to this too. Oh my god, Mia's like so bad. Like Mia will like be like Mia's a big like phone browser. He'll browse his phone for ages in bed when he goes to bed. But then he'll fall asleep while he's using it and just like drop his phone. Like I keep coming to bed. The other night I came to bed. I sat down in bed. I'm like, ow, what's that? There was like something hard under my bum. So I like lifted my cheek and put my hand down and pulled it out as you do. It was this fucking phone. And like I keep telling him like you need to like put the phone down like when you start getting tired or like limit yourself to like 5 minutes scrolling in bed or something because like it's gonna break it again. Like I don't want to fucking sit on his phone one day and break it because God knows I can't afford to replace it. Neither can Mia really afford to replace it, to be fair. But yeah, like 2 times recently I've like sat down in bed and I've just like sat on his phone and like I'm so scared I'm gonna like fucking break it one day. There was another time recently where I went to bed and I didn't sit on his phone, but like I went to roll over in bed and like my hand, like when my hand like hit the mattress, I was like, what's that? I felt something was there. And again, it was Mia's phone. He's a nightmare. He's an absolute nightmare. Some nights I've gone to bed and like I can just see like the light glowing in the corner and I like go around to his side of the bed. It's just on the floor. It's just on the floor, like, and the phone screen is just like glowing, lighting up at the ceiling with like the last thing he was looking at on there or whatever. He's a nightmare. I made one of my phones a prank on my sleep. It's a real because it genuinely is, Fomington. I know it can happen, and I don't want to be the fucker responsible for it. I mean, I don't want it to happen, period, because like I say, even Mia can't really, like, finances are a bit tight at the moment. Like, Mia technically can't afford to replace it either. So he needs to look after it. But I keep telling him, and you know Mia, he doesn't listen, so... And the thing is, I've been telling him to buy a new phone for like a long time now, like probably at least a year. I've been telling him to get a new phone because he used to like the phone he uses for tracking his VTuber. When his previous phone stopped working, he started using his iPhone instead. So like he was using that for like every day, like day-to-day, like browsing and alarms and stuff like that. And then that was what he was also using to track his VTuber and stuff. But he broke the screen on that as well. And I'm pretty sure that broke because it kept getting like dropped and rolled on and stuff like that in sleep. It's got like a big black and yellow spot in like the top corner of the screen where the screen is just like absolutely fucked. And I kept saying to him, like it started off as just like a really small yellow discoloration. And I said to him, I was like, you need to get new phones so you're not using that, because I was like, if you break that phone, you're going to need to buy 2 phones because you're still going to want iPhone tracking for your VTuber. If you break that phone, you will still want an iPhone for VTuber tracking, but then you will still also need a day-to-day phone. So you're going to have to end up buying 2 phones. And I was like, replace it. Like, get a new phone for everyday stuff before you break that one. And he was like, yeah, I should. And he didn't get around to doing it, like, for actually forever. But now I'm still constantly worried about breaking his fucking phone. Because even though he's got the new phone now, like, he's still not taking better care of it. So, like, I'm still really worried about it all the time. I have problems sleeping as I have insomnia. I'm so sorry, Yumi. That sucks. It's definitely not currently laid in bed on computer. Chat, do we think Bobbington's lying? Do we think he's lying, chat? I completely agree, but that's the voice, not the book. Yeah, you can't judge the book on that. You can't judge the book on that. No, definitely not. Phone in bed is one of the worst things to sleep. I don't use my phone in bed too much. I mainly will pick up my phone. Like, to be fair, this probably is counterintuitive, but like, if I've been like laying in bed for like an hour already and I can't get to sleep, I will often pick my phone up and just have like a little scroll of like Twitter or TikTok or whatever. If I'm like sat there for ages and I can't sleep, then I will eventually pick it up and have like a little browse. Which, yeah, is probably a bit counterproductive, but it is what it is, I guess. I will try and be better with it. I will try and make a bedtime routine. And I will try really hard to include toothbrushing in that, Mr. Lion. I will try. I think I might need a new toothbrush, though. I'm really upset. I'm really upset. But I swear my toothbrush is like... You know how, because I have an electric toothbrush, right? And you know, like when the battery on the electric toothbrush starts draining, like, you know how it like sounds a bit different and it feels a bit different, right? Because like the amount of charge in there is like making it run weaker or whatever. Like, I swear, like even when I've charged up my toothbrush and like the battery light isn't on, I swear it feels really weak. Like, I don't think my electric toothbrush is really electric toothbrushing anymore. I don't really think my electric toothbrushing is really toothbrushing anymore. So I might need to buy a new toothbrush soon. I'm not sure how efficient it is or how much life it has left in it. That's for danger. That's what's recommended. Leave your phone across the room. I have nowhere to leave it, though. That's the problem. There's nowhere else really to leave it. It's either lay in bed for 6 hours unable to sleep, bored, or lay in bed 6 hours entertained. Yeah, exactly, Bobbington, right? Right? Bobbington gets it. Bobbington gets it. I want to say, wait, can you buy like Naito on Amazon? Let me have a look. I might buy some herbal sleep remedy. Every little helps, right? every little bit helps, right? What have we got? I don't want to pay that much money for shit. 13 fucking quid for 30 capsules. I think not. I think the fuck not. That seems like a lot of money. Oh, I could get night gummies. Ooh. Rescue night gummies. Prepare for a restful night. Soft, chewy, and tasty vegan gummies. Raspberry with other natural flavors. Ooh. Alarm's the only reason I get up at 5 a.m. on a Sunday, but I've always set an alarm, wake up 5 minutes before it goes off. I hate it when you like wake up too close to your alarm, so like you can't really go back to sleep because like you won't really have enough time to like get back to sleep properly before it goes off. But like it's just annoying being awoke before your alarm. I hate it. I hate it. It's so annoying. I think I'm gonna start because I keep like turning my alarm off when like I don't sleep very well, and maybe that's also not helping me. So I might turn my alarm back on and just be really firm with myself that like I wake up at that time. And if I have less hours sleep, then so be it. Because I don't think turning my alarm off and laying in later the next day is really doing me any favors either, you know? So I think I do need to start setting an alarm today. Even if Mia's like not on an office day, I think I probably do need to start setting an alarm again, trying to get into a better pre-bed routine and see how that goes, I guess. I have 2 phones and look after both of them. Hell yeah, Yuffie. I look after mine too. Mine always. I put like my phone that I use for VTubing. That never leaves the stand on my desk. That's just like always in the stand on my desk. That never moves. And then my phone that I use every day, you know, it's always either on my desk or in my hand or on the bedside cabinet. I don't think I've ever fallen asleep with my phone in my hand. Well, I've always put my phone down when I get tired, you know? If I start getting tired, I'm like, right, I gotta put my phone down now, I'm gonna drop it. And I'll just put it down. And it's always right there in the morning when I need it. 5 minutes can't hurt, sleeps for another 9 hours. Oh, that's the fucking worst, isn't it? Like when you're like, oh, just 5 more minutes, but then like you sleep through the alarm and it goes off again. And then you end up waking up really late. That fucking sucks when that happens. That sucks. But yeah, we gotta, I should be like Geary. I should go to bed earlier. Well, maybe not for starters, because like if I went to bed at like 11, 12 o'clock, I'm not going to sleep, I don't think. That's too early for what I'm currently accustomed to. I don't think if I went to bed as early as Geary does, I probably would still lay there for 4 hours not sleeping, knowing me. But maybe eventually I can work up to going to bed a bit earlier. And wake up earlier. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Chat, do you want to know something really exciting though? Do you want to know something really exciting, chat? We talked about the sad, boring part already, right? Do you want to know something exciting instead? Do you want to know something exciting instead, chat? I say finally, that my finally is derogatory towards me, not towards Toki. Toki has been brilliant. But I finally have a sketch from Toki that I'm really happy with. And I'm like, yes, this is what I want. This is me. This is the one Toki. I'm really fucking excited. I'm really fucking excited. I'm so excited. I kind of, like, part of me is like, part of me really wants to show, part of me doesn't, but part of me wants to, part of me doesn't. I can't decide. I can't decide if I show or not. I might show, because Toki said that, like, now that we've settled on a look, she's going to do a new sketch and she's going to, like, sketch it more neatly and stuff. So I feel like it would be unfair to share publicly what Toki's done so far, because, like, it is really rough and sketchy and not layered out, like, properly and stuff. So I feel like I shouldn't show it publicly yet, but we've gone through a lot of revisions on the face. As I say, this is a me problem, not a Toki problem. I'm not dissing Toki when I say this, but there are a lot of points where I'm like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know what it is, but it's just not quite right. You know, like, I just. My problem is, it's like, I don't always, like, I kind of know what I want, but, like, I'm very vibes based. So it's just like, if I just look at something and the vibe just ain't there, I can't always necessarily give, like, practical feedback on what isn't vibing with me. I'll just be like, I don't know, I just don't like it. And, like, it's really hard for me to pinpoint shit. So there has been a lot of back and forwards. And as I say, it is definitely a me problem, not a Toki problem. But there has been a lot of back and forwards. I've had lots of different sketches from her, and through trial and error, eventually I did manage to work out what I wanted, and we got there. We got there, and I got a sketch today, and I was like, oh my god, that's me. That's me. That's who I want to be. Like, in Toki's defense, like, the other sketches she sent me, like, they were good, don't get me wrong, they were really good, but they just, I just wasn't looking at it and feeling like it was me, you know? And, like, I want my VTuber model to feel like me. I don't want it to feel different from what I want it to feel like, you know? I want it to feel like me. And obviously, models are a lot of money and stuff, so, like, you want to do shit right, you know? Like, I've compromised on models previously. Both my previous commission models have had things that I compromised on because I just, you know, I didn't want to bother the other person working on it and stuff. And I was just like, oh, well, you know, it's fine. I guess that's just how it is now. You know, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to upset anyone. And I've regretted it. So I don't want to make that mistake again, you know? I don't want to make that mistake again. Like, I need to be properly happy with what I get this time. But I was feeling, like, really bad about it because, like, I feel so bad, like, keep going back to Toki and being like, I don't know, that's just not it. I don't know, it's just not it. But, like, not having, like, any, like, proper feedback and stuff. Geary has been very helpful. I have shown, like, a select few people. There are a couple art friends that have seen it. Mainly because, like, I've, like, asked people for, like, you know, if I send, like, this as, like, reference for what I mean, or, you know, like, if I say this as, like, an example of what I want, like, does this make sense? There's also been a lot of me crashing out. I'm like, oh my god, Toki's gonna hate me if I go back to her again. She's gonna be so sick of me. And Geary's like, Megu, Toki is very nice and very professional. I'm sure if she had a problem working with you, she wouldn't be working with you. I'm sure it's fine. And I'm like, yeah, but what if she does hate me? And Geary's just like, in the fucking message, she's like, Megu, please just message her. Megu, just send the fucking message. And lo and behold, every time we sent the message, everything has been A-okay. Every time, imagine, every time we sent a message, eventually, it's all been okay. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm actually really fucking excited with what we currently have now. We have a really good base. I'm really happy. I look at it and I'm like, yes. I just really poked my screen hard. I can't afford to do that. I cannot break my screen. And Toki was like really sweet, bless her, because like when I replied saying like, you know, this is the one, this is what I want, And she replied with like a funny emoji. She's like, "We found it. This is the Megu." And like she said some stuff, and she was like, "I'll clean it up because like everything's like a bit mismatched and stuff at the moment." So she's gonna clean it up and give me a cleaner sketch for it now that we've actually settled on the look we want. And I did reply to her. I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I've been so annoying up until now." And I'm not gonna like read all her messages out on stream because it's not my business to. But like. She sent me some really sweet and reassuring messages, bless her, and like reassured me that like I wasn't, you know, being annoying or asking too much and stuff. And like she did say, you know, like models take a long time and a lot of money and stuff, and it has to be right, you know, like I want you to have something that you want, and if we have to make revisions for it, then so be it. Like you have to have what you want. It's fine. So she sent me some really reassuring messages. I'm not gonna lie to you, Geary, I probably will crash out again about it at some point. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend we will not have any more crash outs. There potentially will still be crash outs. I can't lie to you because my brain is incredibly stinky and silly. So I can't promise you I won't be crying again in your DMs at one point. But yeah, Toki has always been really sweet when I've been dealing with her, bless her. And none of my like rejections have actually been like any problem or anything. But yeah, we can hopefully start moving forward more properly. Because I know we've got the rebrand funds goal down the bottom there. That is like overall, like that's kind of what I estimated that like model art and rigging would cost, and then maybe a little bit for overlays, because the person whose overlays I'm considering, they don't charge like a fuck ton. So like the rebrand funds goal is kind of like an everything goal, but we've already raised enough money to pay Toki for the model, so we will officially be moving forward. Model will be being in progress, like actually in progress, chat. I kind of can't believe it, but it might actually be happening now. There's been a lot of like, you know, like, oh god, is this gonna happen? Ugh, I feel sick, I'm nervous, I'm anxious, I want to give up. But I have really renewed faith now that there's like been a sketch and I like looked at it and I'm like, oh my god, that's me, that's what I want. I'm like buzzing now. I'm like so. I have like renewed passion for the project again. my passion for the project is renewed. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the flame it wasn't going out, but you know, it was pretty unstable. It was doing a lot of flickering, you know. I was a bit scared about things, but it's really reignited my passion for it. I'm like, no, this actually is like. This is banger, and I like this, and I want to be this. Like, this is right. I'll try to reread your messages and yeah, just like beat me around the head. Gary's like my mentally, you know, like if you watch like TV shows and movies and stuff, you know, sometimes when like someone's having like a big freak out about something, they're really panicking, and then like the other person would just like slap them and they'll just be like, pull yourself together. That's what Geary has to do to me in DMs. That's what Geary has to do to me. She has to snap me out of myself and tell me to get a grip of myself and do the thing. That's Geary's role in the relationship. Crazy how that works. I know, right? It's so crazy. Also, hi Ria. I'm okay, thanks. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. We love Toki cooking. We do love Toki cooking. We do love Toki cooking. I kind of want to show it, but like I say, like I don't feel like it's fair to show her rough sketches and stuff. So I'm not going to show it yet. I probably will leak it for two reasons. A, because I haven't paid any kind of NDA fee or anything, so Toki will be working on it on streams at some points, more than likely. So a bunch of you are going to see it anyway, right? Because I know a lot of us know and love and support Toki here. I know there are names I see regulars in my chat, also in Toki's chat. So the chances are she's going to be seen anyway, you know? I haven't asked it to be kept secret or anything. I haven't paid for any NDA or anything. So she's going to be public knowledge for starters anyway. Plus, I'm already public with the design, you know? Like, none of it's really secret. So, like, the all-together package, like, you know, when the model's done and it's rigged and, you know, if I get new overlays and stuff like that, like, it will be, like, released as, like, a big new package eventually. But, like, it's not going to be like a complete surprise, you know, even if I don't share anything, like, it's not going to be a complete surprise. Like, you already know the design and shit, like, you know what we're going for. So I don't really see any reason to be, like, super secret about it. So I know that might sound a bit hypocritical because I always shout at Mia for, like, not leaking stuff. But in my defense, that's because Mia often tells us he's not going to do the thing and then he does the thing anyway. Mia will be like, no, I'm going to keep this secret. And then he's like, Mods, can I show this thing? And we're like, no! So that's why I say, like, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not pretending it's going to be secret or anything. I probably will show you guys at some point, but not yet. Because I don't want to show you the rough sketches yet. But when I got a prettier sketch, I'll probably show you guys because I'll be too excited not to. Or you might see Toki working on stream. I get ready for bed. She can, like, make you, mwah, mwah. I love you, Geary. Wait, come here. Let me give you a big kiss. Let me give you a big kiss, Geary. You ready? You ready? I want to give you a big sloppy one. I'm going to moisten my lips for you. You ready? You ready? You ready, Geary? Are you ready? Hey, did she already go? I've been yapping. No, Geary, did you already go? I want to kiss you. I want to kiss you, Geary. I think she's gone. Sad. 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 I don't know if you can hear me, Geary, but I hope you have good sleepies if you can. I love you. Big kiss. Only for Geary. That's for no one else. Only Geary. Don't you dare intercept it. Not yours. No. Not yours. No interception. Oh my god, I should make one of those tweets. I should do the VTuber tweet. Big things are coming. Oh my god, chat. Shall I do the big things are coming tweet? Oh my god. Big things are coming, guys. I probably won't because, to be fair, it's probably going to be a while before I can do anything. But yeah, it's exciting that stuff's happening. I know it's still going to take a long time, like, overall, but, like, it's exciting that stuff is happening. I'm happy. I'm very happy today. It's been a nice bit of good news. I felt really bad because, like, Toki did send me the sketch on Friday, but I didn't feel very good on Friday because I had to go out to pick up Geekinger's meds, and I went to the shops as well afterwards, and it was like 29 degrees on Friday, and I ended up, like, with a really bad migraine after being out in the heat. So obviously that I didn't really do anything of any sort on Friday anyway, and then we got the potentially not great news about Mia's work. So, like, my physical and mental health was, like, in a really not good place on Friday. And, like, I know it's not Toki's fault because, like, obviously she doesn't know what's going on, like, behind closed doors or anything. So it's not Toki's fault, but it's just really unfortunate timing that, like, bless her, every time Toki has given me, like, updates on the sketch and stuff, bearing in mind that, like, you know, I've had things that I do want to feed back on because they haven't felt right for, you know, X, Y, or Z reasons. So I've always had to feed back on them. But as luck would have it, or, like, unluck, I guess, non-luck, every time Toki has given me an update about the art, they've all been times where, like, for one reason or another, I'm just not in a very good place mentally. it fucking happened again on Friday. I feel so bad because like every time Toki's messaged me about the model, like this is why I like keep convincing myself she must hate me. I must be so fucking annoying. It's because of this. It's because of the shit I do. Because like every time she's messaged me with an update, I will take a day or two to reply to her because I can never formulate my thoughts in the moment because I'm always having some form of crisis. And as I say, it's like, it's not Toki's fault at all because she has no idea, obviously, what's going on in my private life. It's just really fucked up timing. It's just really fucked up timing that like every time she has messaged me with stuff, I've been in not a great place about it. I said something on in my mod chat the other day. Wait, let me show you what I put the other day. Where is it? Oh, I gotta try and find it, but I was talking to Mungo a fuck ton yesterday, so chat log is huge. Where is it? Where is it? Where's my funny? Hold on, chat. Hold on. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. This is what I put. This is what I put in my mod chat about it the other day. Because again, I was having a crisis. This is what I fucking put in my mod chat the other day. Normal people getting model updates. Yay, 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 yay. Happiness shimmy. Megu getting updates. It's so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Like every fucking time I had an update, I was just like in fucking crisis mode for one way or another. And so like I say to myself, like I can't look at this or like think about it right now because I don't have the like emotional energy to like make a reply or anything. So like every fucking time Toki, bless her, every time she's sent me an update, I've like ghosted her for a day or two before even fucking replying because like I'm just a horrible person. I'm just not a very good person. Well, I'm not a bad person, like not intentionally, but I feel like I don't feel like a good person. I wouldn't say I'm a bad person as such, but I don't feel like a good person sometimes. That's why I made like a tweet a couple days ago. If anyone saw me like sad posting on Twitter, that's what it was about. That's what it was about. Is because I was in crisis mode with the model again. But hopefully, touch wood, it's not going to happen again. Hopefully, it's not going to happen again now because we have a really good base sketch now that I really, really like. So I think we're there. I think we only go up from here on. We only go up from here on. There's no way we can go back down. There's no way we can go back down, right? There's no way. Chat, it's so fucking hot. Why is it so hot? I've got my fan on as well, and I'm really hot. I got sweaty boobs, man. Oh, my fucking boobs are sweaty. I hate it. So I had to take my bedtime tablet quickly. Yeah, we pray, Bobbington. We pray. We pray. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking excited. But yeah, hopefully one day one day I'll like look at Twitch and Toki will be streaming and I'll be like, oh yay, Toki stream. And I'll click on it and it'll be me. It'll be me. If I ever see Toki streaming it, I'm gonna put it in my Discord. I'm gonna be like, oi, you all better come watch this now. Come look at me. Come and watch my rebirthing. You'll come, right, chat? You'll come, right? If I put Toki streams in Discord when she's working, you'll come, right? Yippee! Yippee! I fucking, oh, do you know what? That's one of my favorite things about streaming. Like, I love it when, like, I love it when you see people that, like, you know, in, like, other chats. Like, I don't even just mean, like, you know, me seeing my viewers in other chats, but, like, you know, like, sometimes you see people that are normally in your streams, in other streams, and then sometimes people you often see in other people's streams, you know, sometimes they're in your streams, and so I love it. It makes me really happy. Like, when familiar faces make me so happy. Like, even if I'm just, like, sat in someone else's stream and I, like, see a name I recognize, I'm just like, oh, they're here. Yippee! It's so nice. I love that about stream. I didn't reply to it because I always feel really weird about replying to stuff like this. Like, I'll have my thoughts on things, but I don't necessarily always reply. But I saw a fairly, like, big VTuber, like, made a tweet earlier on, like, basically questioning, like, you know, why do you stream? And they had, like, a couple different, like, you know, options on reasons for streaming. And for me, it genuinely is just like, I just stream for social and fun. This is like my little social enrichment. I don't have IRL friends or anything, you know, I don't see people in person or go out and do anything and stuff. Like, my interactions online are like the only social interactions I get, you know? And I don't really like sitting in like Discord calls and stuff like that. So I don't really do anything like that, like outside of streams or anything. So like streaming is like my little social outlet, and not just like physically streaming myself, but like when I visit other people's streams as well. You know, like when I'm watching Toru and Ellie and Hero and stuff, you know, when I'm watching Geary streams and stuff. Like, streams are my little social happy place. I like it. It's very fun, but I love it when you see like overlapping names in places. It just, I don't know, it just feels so wholesome and cute. I love it. I love it. I also saw another post earlier on today, and like, I can't remember the exact wording now, but it was basically something along the lines of like, you know, finding out that people with like X amount of thousands of followers and this kind of CCV still don't get like a full-time income off streaming is so demotivating, and it makes me just want to give up. And I'm just like, I don't know, maybe I'm being like too idealistic, you know, maybe I'm being too naive or idealistic, but like, I just feel like that's really not a good mindset, man. I feel like that's really not a good mindset. Like, for me, if I make money off streaming, it's a happy little byproduct of the stream, you know, but like, I don't come on here expecting people to, you know, sub every day or buy me gifts on Throne or make donations and stuff like that. Like, I don't come onto stream expecting it. If it happens, then, you know, that's nice and great and I love it. I won't pretend I don't, even though I know I shout at you guys for doing it, but like, it is nice, I won't lie, but like, it's never been like the forefront reason for me for streaming, you know? But yeah, just like seeing people, I don't know, it's weird to me, like seeing people talking to that, like, talk about streams in that kind of way. Like, would it be nice to make more money off streaming? Absolutely, it would be. I won't lie, it would be nice to make more money off it. But I don't know, I feel like it's a weird thing to get into just for the money. Like, the streaming's too unstable, man. Streaming's too unstable. I mean, you think about like, even like VTubers and stuff that you would regard as like big successful VTubers. I mean, look at Cinder's downfall earlier on this year. Look at the recent VShojo downfall and stuff like that. You know, even if you're technically in what outwardly looks like a really good place. You know, like, I think most people would agree, you know, like the girls in V Shoujo were like ideally situated, you know, like that was the dream. Like that was like dream VTubing like scenario. And yet look how it crumbled, you know, like it's such a volatile industry. And there's kind of no guarantees with shit, you know? Cinna kind of brought down the stuff. She did, yeah, but like, it's still a good example of like how even, because, you know, up until that point, she was very much a successful VTuber and streamer, you know? So it obviously worked as long as it did, but like it can still crumble, you know, whether it's your own efforts or someone else's that makes it fall apart, it can still fall apart, you know? Sometimes we are the masters of our own disasters. Sometimes it's someone else. But it's still something that's a very fragile and unreliable industry. And I think a lot of people don't realize as well, like when like big VTubers and stuff, like, you know, you can have a lot of followers, you can have a lot of like concurrent viewers, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're making a fuck ton of money. And a lot of the bigger streamers, like a lot of their money will come from like external revenue. Oh, sorry, chat. That sneeze snuck up on me. I couldn't stop it. Sorry. I tried moving away from the mic, but I'm sorry if it was really loud. But what was I saying? It like ruined my train of thought. Wait, fuck! I sneezed my thought away. It's gone. Wait, chat. What was the last thing I said before sneezing? What was the last thing I said before sneezing? I don't remember. Well, anyway. Hi, little helper. How you doing? Oh, my nose is all snotty now. Oh, yeah, no, I was talking about revenue. So, yeah, like, a lot of big streamers and stuff, like, a lot of their income stream, like, it's not just coming off Twitch subs and donos, you know? Like, Twitch subs, like, obviously, like, the more people you have subbing, the more money overall you're making off it. But, like, Twitch subs themselves, like, because of the, like, splits, like, we streamers don't make a huge amount of money off Twitch subs. Like, genuinely, like, I'm not just saying this to be money grubby, and I don't just mean this from a personal perspective. I mean, like, across the board. Like, if you want to support a streamer, you know, financially, for whatever reason, the best way to do it is if they do have like a direct donation system, or if they have like a Patreon or something like that. Like, they're genuinely much more profitable ways to support your streamer because they will get a much better split for it. Twitch splits on subs aren't great. But yeah, so like a lot of people who are really successful at streaming, even then, like a bulk of their money doesn't come off of streaming. Like, they will have like merch shops and they'll have like sponsorship deals and stuff. They'll have like sponsors and partnerships and stuff like that, you know? They'll get brand deals and stuff. They'll get like free equipment offered to them and stuff like that. And yeah, they still get that stuff because of their size and stuff. But like, I think a lot of people, because like the tweet I'm talking about at the moment, like she said something like, I think like the numbers she was quoting was like something about like, it was like around 50k followers and like a 200 CCV, I think, is what the tweet I saw earlier was like quoting. It was something along those lines. And they were like, you know, I can't believe that, you know, you can have that amount of stuff and it's not financially viable to be full time, or what the fuck. Like, and like people were like being quite informative in the replies and stuff, and like, you know, a lot of people said about, you know, a lot of people did mention like sponsorships and brand deals and stuff. Another thing a lot of people like really discredit, I'm not personally monetized off any other platform because I'm still very small, but obviously a lot of your bigger VTubers and streamers and stuff, they will have alternative platforms as well, you know? They will be regularly like posting content on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that, and they will more likely than not be monetized on those other platforms as well. I know a couple people in the past that have streamed on Twitch, but the bulk of their money that they earned actually came through YouTube. It was like their VODs and their YouTube uploads that they got more money off of than their active Twitch earnings. Even though most of their active time streaming and stuff was on Twitch, most of the money they made was made on YouTube. Even though they didn't actually physically stream on YouTube, most of the money came from there. And I think a lot of smaller VTubers, well, probably streamers as well, it's probably not VTuber specific. It's just a rare Brit VTuber. I do be British. Yeah. Guilty as charged. But yeah, one thing a lot of smaller VTubers struggle with, and it is a struggle, you know, I know it's a struggle, but like a lot of people, because they're like already working like a day job, or they're already in like education or something like that, and they're streaming like on the side, right? So like, a lot of people will be like, I don't have the time to make shorts for, you know, YouTube and TikTok and stuff. I don't have the time to schedule and manage posts on other platforms and stuff like that. Or if they don't have the time, it's I don't have the money to pay someone to make edits for me and stuff. And obviously that does have an impact. I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. That does have an impact on things. But again, you can't just compare, you know, well, this person has 50k followers on Twitch. Why can they not make a sustainable living off that? Because your Twitch followers isn't really where the money comes from, you know? Hi, Budsy! How you doing? Honestly, it's kind of crazy, Wiz. It's crazy how much, sorry, I just farted. You didn't hear that, did you? I just did a really big fart. Did you hear that? I was like a 1.5, 2 second long fart. Jesus. But yeah, like people are still like super hung up on like followers and stuff. Even like on Twitter and stuff, people get so fucking hung up on followers, and like followers mean nothing. Like, I don't mean that in a nasty way. Like, I don't mean like the individual follower doesn't mean nothing. I mean like overall, you know, followers don't really mean anything. You know, like it doesn't really mean that much difference. It really doesn't. It makes a lot less actual impact than I think a lot of smaller people realize. It's like every so often you'll get like a thread on Twitter that pops off or something, and they'll be talking about small VTubers, and then someone will inevitably quite retweet it, and they'll be like, I don't know why this person's pretending to be small. They've got 10k followers. And it's like, you can have 10k followers on Twitter. It doesn't mean you're a big VTuber. Like, I've seen responses to like threads like that in the past, where someone's like, you know, I might have 10k followers on Twitter, but like if you look at my streams, like I have a CCV of like 18. Like, just because you have 10,000 followers on a platform, it doesn't mean you have 10,000 people watching every stream, you know? It doesn't mean you've got 10,000 people subbing or donating to your streams and stuff. Like, followers in the grand scheme of things doesn't really mean anything. And like, I see it all the fucking time on Twitter. It does my head in, because you see it all the time where people will complain, because like everyone fucking judges for numbers so much, and like people complain like, you're not really small though, are you? Because it's like, you've got 10k. But like, if you have 10k followers, but like all the VTubers you look up to have like 50 to 100k, you know, if you're comparing yourself to people like Iron Mouse and Shy Lily and stuff like that, you're gonna feel small, you know? Like, just because 10k is bigger than someone at 1k, it doesn't, like, it's relative. And I feel like relativity goes fairly majorly unnoticed in not just streaming, but probably social media in general, honestly. Like, it's relative, right? Because like, the bigger you get, the bigger you want to be, you know, like that growth mindset doesn't stop. You know, if you think to yourself, I really want to get to 1,000 followers, when you get to 1,000 followers, you don't go, brilliant, I made it, 1,000 followers, yippee. You know, you still want to grow. You know, you still hope more people find you. You still want to get bigger, right? Like, the goalposts just constantly move, right?
Stops. Your opinion is
Scoff at
invalid.
me.
You only have 5,000 followers. Come back when you have 10,000.
Oh my god, it's worse than that. I don't even have 2,000 Lilac. I'm a fucking nobody. It's like, you know, if I compare myself to Mia, for example, obviously he's in the room next to me, so he's a easy person to compare myself to. You know, I would consider Mia big compared to me. For example, you know, he's got a lot more followers than me. He pulls in more CCV than me. He gets a bigger Twitch payout than me. You know, for all intents and purposes, Mia is big compared to me. If I look at my own stats, Mia is big compared to me. But that doesn't mean, you know, someone on Twitter, you know, there could be like a new VTuber that follows me, you know, at 400 followers and think, oh my God, Meggy's got over 1,000 followers. She's massive. It's relative. It's all relative. There's always a bigger fish, as they say. And it's true because, like, to me, yeah, Mia feels like a big VTuber because he's got a lot more than I have. But then Mia will look at some of the people he's friends with and stuff, and he feels small compared to them. And you can guarantee that those friends have people they feel small compared to, right? Like, there's always a bigger fish. There's always a bigger fish, you know? And you just kind of grow with things. Things grow with you, you know? But I feel like a lot of people dismiss that fact. A lot of people just look at it as like raw numbers, and your number's bigger than my number, so therefore you're big and I'm small. Whereas it's really not like that. It's really not like that. I have 269 on Blue Sky. I'm the definition of what you can't get any more, Lilac. You have to keep that 69. If someone else follows you on Blue Sky, you're going to have to kick someone. You're going to have to block someone to bring the number back down. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I get depressed when I see Twitch partners with 70k followers and 10 CCV. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Like, there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. And, like, the thing is, like, I'm not going to name names just in case, because I don't know how they feel about it, and I don't want to be picking on anyone. But I know someone who is a Twitch partner, and they used to pull in like pretty decent numbers, but they became Twitch partner. They used to be a cam streamer for starters. They didn't used to be a VTuber, and they used to be like purely a Pokemon streamer, and they specialized in like shiny hunting. That was like the core of their content was Pokemon, and specifically shiny hunting. And they were really successful, and people really liked her content doing that. And she ended up getting partner off the back of that. And then over the years, she fizzled out from doing that. You know, her content changed. She changed as a person. She ended up becoming a VTuber at some point. And she gets people in her chat sometimes who are like, how did you get partner and that many followers when there's only 13 people chatting? And it's because, like, obviously she changed what she was doing, and like she's happier with what she's doing now. Like, she doesn't just want to be in the Pokemon box for the sake of numbers, you know? She wants to do what she wants to do. So she's happier with the content she's doing, but the numbers have dropped significantly because, you know, she changed her core audience. It's like, again, picking on me as an example. As a lot of you know, he used to be predominantly a Final Fantasy XIV VTuber. He hasn't got back to his numbers that he had during his peak at Final Fantasy XIV. He lost a lot of his audience when he stopped streaming Final Fantasy XIV. It's just what happens. A lot of people are fickle, and a lot of people will watch someone purely for one thing, and they don't really like any deviation. So there's all sorts of reasons why, you know, some people are partnered, some people have loads of followers, but they can still have low viewers and stuff. Like, it just happens. It can just happen. People look into the significance of numbers way too fucking much, man. People, this is why, like, I've never, like, tied myself into a category. I just, as you guys know, I just do whatever, whenever. Sometimes we yap, sometimes there's a game, sometimes there's art, but not really, teehee. I was actually, when I opened up OBS, I was going to do an art stream today, and then in the time it took me to, like, between opening OBS, waiting for Toru to say if he was going to stream or not, and then me actually hitting go live, I was like, I don't know if I actually want to draw anymore. Maybe we just yap. And here we are. We've been just yapping ever since. But, like, that's why, like, I just do whatever, whenever. Like, I don't want to, like, think about the numbers. I don't want to think about doing something specifically because, oh, this might be really good in the algorithm. Like I just do whatever. And if people like it, great. If they don't, that's also fine. Like, whatever. Just like, I am who I am. Take me or leave me. Like, it's up to you. But like, to me, like, I don't want to be something I'm not just for the sake of numbers or whatever, Like I said earlier, like, streaming is just like a fun little social thing for me, It's like a fun little social hobby. And anything I gain out of it is just like a happy little byproduct of it. But it's not the reason I do it. And I feel like more people, I don't mean to sound, I feel like I sound like really preachy and like, like, oh, I'm better than everyone else sort of thing. And I don't mean it that way. But like, I do genuinely feel like so many people could benefit from having a similar mindset. I've seen so many people crash and burn because they've worried too much about numbers and stuff. I've seen so many people let it get on their skin and they've ended up like graduating or locking themselves into a type of content that they don't really enjoy, but it brings in the numbers, so they keep doing it because big number make brain happy and stuff. And I don't want to fall into that trap, man. I do what I want to do. I just come on, I yap, I be silly, and some of you stay for it, and that's great. That's all I need. That's all I need. Hi, baby. Are you ready for your food? Is it wets time? Tell chat you want your wets. You tell chat. You want your food? Yeah? What do you reckon, chat? Does he get his food? Does he get his wets, chat? Did he ask nicely? Did he ask nicely? Does he get them? I'll be back in 2 seconds, chat. Come on, baby.
Ginga, we love you. You can have what's.
Yay! Ginga, you're permitted. How does it feel, buddy? He's gonna be so happy. There you go, chat. He's happily eating his provisions. Thank you for letting him have his wets, chat. Thank you for letting him have his wets. I apparently have 8 followers. Why do I have 8? I just exist on this platform. That's crazy. Bobbington streaming arc when? The interest of viewers change as well over time. Yeah, like there's people that like I technically still follow on Twitch. There's people that like I haven't visited their stream for months, if not years at this point. I've got a bunch of people in my list that for whatever reason I followed at some point and I just never watched them anymore. There's a lot of people I followed that like I never get to make their streams because of like time zones or whatever, but I still followed them on the platform. But they're never gonna get my active like watch or sub or anything because I'm never fucking there. There's someone I used to follow and sub to, and they had a viewer vote for the game stream. They had their viewers vote for XIV week after week, and he just tried to make the stream as miserable as possible so people wouldn't vote for it. And at that point, why even have to... Yeah, like... I don't get that mentality, man. I mean, the people, the viewers getting what they want to a degree is a good thing, but, like, I don't think it should come at the detriment of yourself. Make you out here with the music box of tears. I'm sorry, Bonzu. It's too good not to be in the playlist. We like barnacles who are stuck here? Hell yeah. You guys can be my freaky little barnacles. I knew a widower who streamed for social escape. He slowed down streaming when his viewer base became too big, and he no longer was able to connect with his viewers, and the demand for content kept rising. He grew tired of streaming. Yeah, like that's why I've said it before. Like, part of me like doesn't want to grow. Like, I'm pretty happy where I am with streaming. You know, like I've got my regular group of people who come in, and you know. I know I've got people who will be here regardless of what I do, you know, if it's an art stream or a game, or if I just sit here yapping for 4 hours. Like, I've got a core group of people who are going to be here whatever I'm doing, you know, and I like to chat with you guys, you know, like I like the two-way interaction of it as well. Like, you know, like it's not just about me yapping to you guys. Like, I like having a two-way conversation with you guys too, you know, like I like knowing what Bobbington's up to in his little shop and stuff, you know. I like knowing what Toru's doing on his post rounds, and you know, when Yumi tells me that shit's on fire at his workplace again because Yumi works in a disaster, you know, or like when people tell me, you know, like Lilac often tells us we're going to a cinema, you know, and always straight away I'm like, oh, what are we watching? You know, like I want to know what he's watching, and I want to know if he enjoyed it when he's done and stuff, you know, like it's not just about me yapping away. Like, I like talking to you guys. I like knowing about your guys these days as well, you know. I like knowing what you guys are up to and shit. And like, I feel like I would kind of hate it too. I feel like I would maybe hate streaming. Like, if I got to a point where like chat was too unmanageable for me to like interact with, so I was basically just talking but not like interacting sort of thing. I feel like if I got so big I lost that two-way aspect to it, I genuinely think that would potentially kill streaming for me. I think it genuinely might. I mean, I don't know if I ever will get to that point, because like I don't really super try to grow or anything. So I don't know that I ever would get to that point, to be fair. But like, if I did, I think I would genuinely be at a point where I would, you know, mourn what I was missing when I was smaller, sort of thing, you know? Like, I think I would mourn being smaller. I genuinely could see me doing that. I tried getting a printer working today. It didn't work. Printers fucking suck, man. Printers are the worst. How is it 2025 and yet printers still just don't work? Printers might just be like the worst invention of all time. Printers fucking suck, man. Yeah, especially new printers. Nowadays are like all hooked up to the internet, aren't they? They gotta be hooked up to the internet, and like, you know, everyone started doing like their printing packages. Like HP has their package where like you pay X amount of money a month and you get X amount of printouts, and oh, it fucking sucks, man. I hate printers. Fucking hate printers. Printers fucking suck. I tried stream and broke everything badly when about actually, yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. OBS breaks enough on its own without Bobbington getting involved. Maybe it is best that Bobbington stays away from streaming. maybe it is better that Bobbington stays away from streaming. If it isn't fun for you, please veto it. I feel like it's important to have social core as a streamer if growth would be in one's interest. Yeah, like, I used to say that, like, I know we memed about it a bunch, but like I was also being serious, you know. Like, I used to say to Mia back when he was like streaming Persona 5, and then like he would be like, oh, we're streaming Persona this week, guys. But then the day he said he would stream Persona would come round and he'd be like, oh, we're not actually playing that day. I don't feel like it. I want to play something else. And there was always a reason why he didn't feel like playing it, you know. Like, he did play it a bunch of times on the stream, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he never streamed it, but there were also a lot of times where he would like put off playing it, or he would change the schedule last minute so he wasn't playing it anymore and stuff like that. And like I kept saying to him, like, if it's like that tax thing to play, you know, like if you're that kind of, you know, because like it was like the stars had to align for him to want to play, you know. He had to have the right energy levels, and it couldn't be after a stressful day at work and stuff, and he couldn't do it on a day after grocery shopping because, you know, he's already a bit tired from shopping and stuff. So it was all the stars would have to align to be like the perfect recipe for him to stream it. Otherwise he wouldn't stream it. He'd change plans last minute sort of thing. And like, I would keep saying to him, like, I think you just need to like stop committing to Persona. Like, you just need to stop promising people Persona, because you keep not delivering. And like, you know, on the one hand, you're getting annoyed that people keep memeing on you for it, but at the same time, like, you're kind of putting yourself in a position where it's become memeable, you know? That's why I never promise you guys anything. If I don't promise you guys anything, you can't be disappointed. That's my life strategy. If I make no promises, then I don't make any disappointments either. You get what you get. Even when I do run a stream schedule, I never schedule it in like this is this activity on this day. Unless it's like a collab. Obviously, like when I do the collabs, then I will specify I am doing this particular thing. But outside of collabs, like even when I do run to a schedule, the most I will do, I will say this is the day and the time I will stream. But I never even schedule a specific game, you know? I never put a schedule in, you know, like on Tuesday, we stream art. And then Wednesday, we're going to play a game. And then Friday is just chatting. Because I might not even feel like doing art on Tuesday, you know? Or I might not feel like wanting to play the game on Tuesday. Maybe I did do art on Tuesday, but I still really want to draw on Thursday. You know, so I'll just do art again, you know? Like, I never promise what I'm going to do. I never promise what I'm going to do. Unless, as I say, if it's something like a collab or like a special event or something, then I will. But for just like day-to-day stuff, like I make no promises because then I miss no deliveries. I make no promises, so I can't miss any deliveries.
What's this? What's this? There's something over there. What's this? There's over half a fun in the air.
Oh my god, half a fun? Oh, that's so much fun. Holy shit. Oh, half a fun? Yay! Schedule, if we are streaming, is perfectly valid. Yeah, that's all I do, Wiz. Like, if I ever do have a schedule, I haven't run one for a little while now, just because, like, IRL's been a bit rough. But, like, this is, like, literally my schedules, right? When I have a schedule, I'll show you guys, because we haven't run one for a while. So just in case you haven't seen a Megu schedule before, this is a really big schedule. This is what I normally put on a schedule. So I will have the week it covers, and then I have the weekdays, and I will just say if I'm online or I'm offline. That's it. That's all that's ever on a Megu schedule. I don't put a fuck ton of stuff on there. Like I don't want to promise anything specific. So it's just like, these are the days I will stream. There will be a stream this day. What it will be, who knows? Who fucking knows? I certainly don't. So no way you guys get to know. If I don't know, how do you guys get to know? Right? How do you guys get to know if I don't know? You don't. It's a surprise for all of us what Megu gets up to. It's a surprise for all of us. But yeah, like I'm sure some people don't care. Me personally, like I said at the beginning of the stream, like I'm not very good with change anyway, you know. Like if there's a plan and then the plan changes, like it personally bothers me. I know not everyone is as bothered by that happening, but for me it bothers me, you know. So like if someone keeps saying like, oh yeah, we're definitely going to do this thing, but then the thing doesn't happen, like even if, because like for me, for the Persona streams, I'm sorry in advance if this opinion upsets anyone. I'm not really a fan of Persona. I don't find it hugely interesting to watch. It has a very good story, don't get me wrong. The story is phenomenal. But you have to do so much roundabout, boring shit in between the interesting story beats. I don't really think it's that great to watch. I personally am not really a big fan of Persona. So I didn't really have a horse in the race. Like I wasn't like fully watching or attentive to the Persona streams anyway, I'm not gonna lie. But even so, like it still annoyed me that like Mia kept saying he would do them and then they didn't get done, you know? Like because like in my head it's like you said you would do it. Like you have to do it, right? But like I know I am a bit of a stickler for rules and like a bit like resistant to change and stuff. So I know not everyone is like quite as rigid in their beliefs as that, but like for me personally, again, like I said at the beginning of the stream, you know, like I try and behave in a way that I like being like dealing with, sort of thing, you know. So like I treat streams and stuff the same way, you know. I don't make promises because then I can't break them, because I know if it was me, you know, and someone said we're definitely going to do the thing, but then we didn't do the thing, I know it personally bothers me. So I don't make promises like that on my stream because, you know, It's the old saying, isn't it? Like, treat people as you wish to be treated, kind of thing. You know, and that's kind of my motto. It's kind of my motto. I like Persona, but the story, while good, isn't full of React stuff either. There's some short, but mostly part of the course. SMT is a lot more stream friendly. Yeah, like I watched Hero play the entirety of Persona 5 on stream. And as much as I love Hero, and I was like very present in his chat, and like he would yap a lot as he was like playing in between and stuff. But like I would still like there would be times like especially when Hero was like having to like grind and mementos and stuff like that, or like when he's just like navigating the palaces and shit. Like I personally found that really fucking boring. And I'm not gonna lie, as much as I love Hero and I love being there to support him and stuff like that, like there were plenty of times during Persona where I would just like put him on the second screen and I would like you know just be like browsing Twitter or watching a YouTube video or something on the side while I had Hero stream open. And then the second I saw he was like done with the palace or like a cutscene or dialogue started happening or anything, obviously I'd stop what I was doing and I'd pay attention to the stream again. But like I had to split my attention with it because I couldn't just sit there and purely watch Persona because there's just so many boring fucking moments in Persona. I don't doubt that it's fun to play. Like, to be fair, I will hold my hands up and admit as well, I'm not really an RPG girly in general. RPGs are just a bit too drawn out and time invested for me. I do like story-based games, but I prefer like I prefer games where it's like, you know, stuff where it's like, you know, like stuff like BioShock and stuff like that, you know, where there's still like a story and like characters and stuff like that. But it's like what, like 20 to 40 hours gameplay, maybe? I don't know how long you play those kind of games for, but like I do like story-driven games, but I typically prefer ones that aren't as much of a time and grind commitment as RPGs. RPGs aren't really my thing, personally. So I'm not a good person to judge Persona anyway, because it's already like an archetype of game I don't really enjoy. So I know I'm not the best person to judge it. But yeah, I personally don't like it. But it still bothers me if someone says like, I'm going to do the thing, and then you don't do the thing, it will annoy me. It will annoy me. Even if I'm not personally invested in the thing, it still bothers me if the thing doesn't happen. I did make a joke. Not this week just gone, the week before. I can't remember what we're talking about now, but Mia mentioned something about streaming while we were driving home from Tesco, and I made the Swotova joke, and he got really mad at me. He got really mad at me, but like I did say to him, I was like, you know, like you can't really be mad about people making the joke though, because like you've kind of, you know, to a degree, you make your bed, you gotta lie in it, right? Like, I did say to him, like, I think you really need to stop promising things, because the problem is you make promises and then you don't keep to them. And even if you have a good reason for doing something else, like, it's still kind of annoying when you're expecting something to happen and then it doesn't happen repeatedly. Like, yeah, people are gonna meme on you for it. Like, it's just kind of par for the course. Like, yeah, like I don't know what else to say. Is that my mum? Hang on, why have I got a message? What? Oh, go away. PayPal? I can't even fucking read. This is why I don't read books, man. People changing plans annoys me immensely too, and I have to take some time to calm myself down and try and see things from their way. Yeah, see, I know not everyone is like that, but like I know a lot of people are, you know? So like I know I personally don't like being on the receiving end of that, you know? So I try really hard not to put myself in the position where I would potentially be, you know, letting people down like that. Like, that's just kind of my mentality for it. Because I'm exactly the same, Wisp. He did tell us off as well on Friday when he switched to Battlefield 6. We were memeing, at least I was. I mean, I think most people are, like, I don't think anyone is saying SWOTOVER to be, like, genuinely malicious, you know? Like, I don't think anyone's genuinely being malicious about it. But I think it's funny. I think it's funny. Like, I don't know. I don't personally... I don't think stuff like that really bothers me. And if it did really bother me, I would just set the boundary, you know, like, guys, can we actually please not say that? Like, I'm actually not comfortable, or, you know, I don't like you keep saying that. Like, can we not, you know? I think you either need to be okay with it or you need to set a boundary. Like, you can't just be quietly mad about it, sort of thing. Because again, that's just going to like eat you up on the inside, sort of thing. And that doesn't do anyone's mental any good, regardless. And that's not even like stream based. That's just like in general. Like, just letting things piss you off on the inside, it just does no one any good. It does no one any good. Like, personally, I don't think it would bother me. Like I did a birthday stream a couple years ago, right now. And I did this spin wheel where, like, if people donated, they would get X amount of spins for the wheel. I actually did that to fundraise for this model that I'm using now, funnily enough. And it became a meme for almost 2 years. You know, it would be like brought up in conversation every now and again, like, oh yeah, how many spins do you have left over, Mickey? Because I don't think you were around back then, Wiz. But just for a bit of context, like, I got a really... I can't remember how many spins it was now, but I got a lot of contributions. And even though I did almost a 12-hour stream that day, I was only like halfway through the spins. I massively underestimated what I was offering and the kind of support I would get. And I ended up with way more spins than I would do, like I could do in one stream. So I ended up saying, you know, we're going to have to carry these on another stream. And I did end up finishing the spins eventually. But it took me a couple years to finally get around to it. And every so often, someone would bring it up and they'd be like, okay, how those birthday spins going, Megu? I mean, how many spins do we have left to do, Megu? And stuff like that, you know? But like, I was never annoyed by it. Like, it never bothered me or upset me that someone was saying it, you know? Because ultimately, I did put myself in that position, you know? Like, you can't be... And, like, again, like, I don't think anyone was saying it to be, like, genuinely hurtful or harmful, you know? Like, I think people were saying it in jest, you know? And, like, I feel like SWOTOVER is, like, the same kind of thing, you know? Like, people are only saying it as well because, like, obviously, with SWOTOR as well, like... It's not just I'm going to play this game on stream. Like, obviously, it was a community thing as well. Like, I know there was like a bunch of community members that were like playing through it with him and stuff like that. So obviously, like, there's kind of more on the line in a way as well, because like obviously people want to carry on playing that with Mia, but all the time he doesn't play it, you know, you can't play with him, sort of thing. So there's kind of more to it as well. So like, I don't think anyone's like genuinely being mean about the SWOTOVER thing. Like, I wasn't being mean about it in the car. Like, I said it with a chuckle. Like, I wasn't being super serious or malicious or anything. But yeah, he still got annoyed at me for saying it. He was like, I'm sick of that joke. It's like, people won't drop it. And I'm like, well, you do kind of keep doing it, though. I don't know if I remember the wheel. I think the wheel predated you, Bobbington. I think the wheel predated a lot of you. Like I say, this was like my birthday stream, like almost 3 years. No, wait, was it 2 or 3? Wait, I looked this up the other day, didn't I? I've forgotten when it was. When was it? Retired Megu assets. Yeah, this was back in February 2023. Oh my, Barnsey, your memory's so good. Your memory's so good, Barnsey. But yeah, 2023, I did that. And I ended up eventually getting around to doing the next batch of rewards. Like, I finished the spins on last year's birthday stream. So it did take me a while to get around to it. Like, people did bring it up every so often and stuff. But yeah, I never took it, like, as nastiness or anything. I just would laugh at myself and just be like, yeah, about that. I've been here since July 2023. Apparently, you joined after the birthday stream. You were there that year, but too late. Too late. That was a time. That sure was a time. I was the same. I was later in the year. I'm baby. Oh, Whispers baby. Look. It's okay. The time will fly before you know it, Wisp. I was talking to Tory the other day because I was like looking at like just like shit in my files and stuff. And I saw something that I refound my like first Toru doodle. Let me pull it up for the funsies. This was back in November last year. I made this little doodle. It was when Mia was streaming. Oh, what was that game called? Stalker 2? Was it? I think it was called. And we were just, I don't remember how we would like got on the topic or anything, but we were just like talking about shit in chat, like, you know, half talking to Mia, half talking amongst ourselves as we do. And then I just brought up this cool egg / blood fact. I just mentioned it in chat. That you can technically substitute eggs for blood when baking. It is a real fact. You can do that. And yeah, Toru was just like really shocked in chat. He's just like, Megu, and then I think he said something else or like a different couple lines of text or something. And I just found it so fucking funny. So I ended up making this stupid little doodle. And that was like our first like proper interaction. This was like back in November last year. And then like Toru ended up DMing me like later on that same day. He was just like, thank you so much for that doodle, by the way. Like, that really made me smile. I really enjoyed that. And then we've just been DMing ever since. We've just been DMing ever since. And it just started with one funny little blood fact. One funny little blood fact. That's a real fact. It is. It's a totally real fact. Yeah. I always forget what the ratio is. But yeah, you can replace blood. No, replace eggs with blood in bacon. It's true. It will soon be 4 years. Yeah, Yumi, you've been here ages. Yumi's been here a long time. I think out of most of you, Giri is one of the oldest. Ember and Mia are like the oldest regulars. But out of people who didn't come around from like the day I made my Twitch, I think Giri's probably one of the oldest. Giri was there way back in the days where I had a really shit microphone and I pretty much only streamed Genshin Impact. Giri's from the old days of Megumi. Dang, I've been here a full year as of 3 days ago. Holy shit, has it been that long, Emerald? Jesus, what even is time, actually? What actually is time? That's crazy. That no worky here? Aw, stinky. It's been a long time. It's been a long time for Giri. I don't know how or why she stuck with me, but I'm glad she did. I think Giri's been here since 2022 because Mia advertised my birthday stream in his Discord one year, and it was the year before I did the spin wheel because it was when I didn't even have like my proper live 2D model. Back then I just had like my really shitty self-made drawn and rigged models. So yeah, it's been a long time for Giri. I believe I came around close to your birthday last year. Never forget. Hi, my name is Becky. My birthday's the 14th of February. I am a girl. I'm from Europe. And if I was stranded on a deserted island, I would bring something to pass time. The fucking classic Megu memes. What a great fucking stream. What a great stream. I think I've only played that island like twice since we reset it. It didn't really rekindle the love, unfortunately. I think overall, I think as much as I wanted it to be good, Animal Crossing New Horizons just wasn't really that good. It just wasn't really that good. I thought maybe I ruined it for myself because I tried terraforming my island and then I didn't like the terraforming I did, but like, I couldn't really build it back to normal. So I thought maybe that was what ruined it for me, but I tried erasing my island and making a new one. I could just never really get the spark back. I just think New Horizons, unfortunately, was very lackluster. It was New Leaf Light. It really fucking was, Nixon. It's so fucking sad, man. It's actually so fucking sad. They did like New Horizons so dirty. What if we reset it? No, I can't do that again. It was missing way too much and they dropped the ball on updating it. Yeah. I never even ended up getting them because they did the DLC for it, didn't they? I can't remember what it was called. There was some sort of DLC. Was it like the Happy Homes DLC or something? I forget what it was called. But like, I never even brought that. Like, I remember watching some Happy Home Designer. That was the one. Yeah, I remember watching a couple people play on stream, and I was just like, I don't need this. I remember watching people play it, and I was just like, I really don't need this. Like, there is not a single desire or need in me to have this. Like, I'm good without it. I still don't know how I ended up here. There's several channels I just stumbled into and just stuck about. Well, I don't remember either, but I'm glad you're here, Bobbington. I genuinely don't remember either. My memory, as you guys know, is very bad. So like, I don't really remember a lot of stuff. But I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you stuck around. It's nice having you in the community. I love hearing about all your little shop stories and stuff. It's always nice to have you around. A little friendly neighborhood tech gremlin. A little friendly neighborhood tech gremlin, Bobbington. A little tech disturbance SCP. I came because of me and now you're stuck with me? Or are you stuck with me? Am I stuck with you or are you stuck with me? That's the real question. Maybe you're stuck with me. I can escape anytime I want. I think Kiri and Umo are the only ones I can think longer than me. Yeah, Umo. Yeah, because Umo was around for the Destiny days as well. Hero's been around for a while. Hero joined not long after my debut. Hey, why have you jailed me? Even if jailed? Yes, even if jailed. Even if jailed. We all know I can just shapeshift and just pop out of there, right? I can just like hop straight through the bars. I fit. I fit. I just let you guys keep me here for your entertainment. But yeah, Hero came in not long after I debuted my first commissioned Life 2D model. Because I know he's like said multiple times, he's really mad that he missed it by like a couple days. So Hero is also one of the more long-standing members. Mungo as well, but Mungo's not around super often because of time zones. Because he's in California. And I don't normally stream at Mungo friendly hours. I think the times I normally stream, it's like, I don't remember what time. But I know a lot of times when I'm talking to Mungo in the mornings, I'll be like, Mungo, what time is it for you? And he'll be like, oh yeah, it's 5 a.m. And I'm like, go the fuck to bed, man. I don't like Animal Crossing. They're similar but better games. Sorry, I said it. No, I think that's valid. I think, at least for New Horizons. Honestly, New Leaf, I loved New Leaf. New Leaf on my 3DS, I fucking loved the shit out of that. But New Horizon, they really dropped the ball on it. So I would say definitely for New Horizons specifically, I would agree with you. Crafting does not work well for Animal Crossing. I said it. Yeah, I didn't love the crafting and like, you know, like some of the ways to get the recipes and stuff. Like, it's like so fucking, you know, just pray RNG gives you the thing you want and stuff. It's kind of shit. It's kind of shit. I feel like I feel like I didn't necessarily hate the crafting itself, but there definitely needed to be a better way to like get recipes and materials, I think. Soon you'll get to my level where Megu's just like, the fuck is wrong with you? It's because every day I'll just be like, oh, what's going on in Discord? There's a little white dot. Who said something? And then I'll just scroll down and it's just you. And you're just like, oh, I'm bleeding again, by the way. Don't know what I did. Like you and the fucking mystery shard of glass the other day. Like, what the fuck? I don't know how you do it, but you scare me. I do think you need to be wrapped up in armor or something. Me was streaming and was like, Megu's doing an art stream. And I was like, who's Megu? And he's like, it was my partner and the rest is history. Hell yeah. There is windows in the piss room, remember? That's true, there are windows here. I was talking to Mia about backgrounds the other day because you know how he started using his model PNG from the new design as a PNG tuber for now, and he was trying to find a new background to put her against because like he was just going to use his normal room, but then he's like, it doesn't really go with the new model though, so he was looking for something else and he was like asking me for opinions on what to get and stuff because he does have a new room commissioned, but obviously he wants to save like some stuff for debut. Like he doesn't just want to release everything early. So he doesn't want to use that room yet, which is fair enough. So we were like looking at alternatives and stuff. And I literally said to him, I was like, just go on Rightmove and look at house pictures and just pick a room. That's how I found the piss room. Because like I think the piss room's a different source. I think if I hide the piss room, yeah, this is my actual room. This is technically my VTuber room that I spent. I don't want to think of that how much I spent. I think I spent like $170 on this room, and I never even use it. We're just always in the piss room now. We're just always in the piss room, and like if I ever stream and I'm not in the piss room, someone in chat is always just like, oh, no piss room today, and then I'm like, wait, okay, we can go to the piss room. Everyone loves the piss rooms. It just became our room. It's just our room now. I love the yellow room though. I love the other room too though. This answers a question I had but didn't want to ask. Yeah, one day on stream, I was just like, we were talking about like house prices and stuff one day on stream. And I was like just looking at like houses like in my local area. Because I remember we were talking about like how much more expensive houses were in my area now than they were when we purchased our house. Because the house I bought, we own a little 2-bedroom house and we paid 125 grand for it. We got it mortgaged obviously, but it was 125 grand when we got it. Whereas like houses in our area now are going for like over 200 grand. The same kind of 2-bedroom house is like over 200 grand now. Like if we didn't have a house yet and we wanted to buy in today's market, we genuinely couldn't afford it. We bought our house at such a good time because literally within about 6 months of us buying this house, the market popped off a bit and it became unaffordable. So as much as my house is a little bit of a shithole, I will be forever grateful because it's my shithole. But yeah, so there was just a stream one day where we were just talking about that kind of stuff. And then I was curious. And I was like, hang on, I'm going to go and have a look and see like what house prices are like in the area at the moment. So I ended up on like Zoopla or Rightmove or something like that. And I was like having a look at houses in the area. And then we were just looking at stuff, and then one thing led to another, and we ended up finding this room. And I remember really laughing about it. I was like, oh my god, chat, you have to see this room, it looks like piss. So I like took a screen clip of the window, because like obviously I didn't want to dox location or anything. I took a screen clip of the window and like showed everyone, and everyone loved it. We thought it was funny, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? This is my room. And I put it up on stream, and then yeah, I've just been kind of accidentally on purpose using it ever since. I've just been accidentally on purpose using it ever since. And we call it the piss room because like obviously it's very yellow for starters, but like also it looks like obviously quite run down and moldy. It's like you see like at the skirting boards and stuff, it's like really gross and like yellowy at like the skirting board and in the corners and stuff. Like this little corner over here, this is mine and Geary's piss corner. This is the piss corner. And yeah, it just kind of stuck. We've been coming to the piss room ever since. We've literally just been coming to the piss room ever since. It just kind of stuck. It just kind of stuck. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to bother making a room for New Megu. We might just still live in the piss room. I'm not I'm not going to lie. I don't know if New Megu will have a piss room. No, not a piss room. Well, I don't know if she'll have her own room or not. I don't know. I don't know if there will be the budget for it. B, even if there is the budget for it, I kind of don't know if I want it, because like, am I just going to end up memeing and just always being in the piss room anyway? Probably. Probably, you know, I'm probably, there's a high chance of me being somewhere else, you know? So it's like, I don't know if I'm going to make a room again. I do want to get some new overlays, but I want to get like a minimal overlay. I've got like, oh, and I haven't got it on this scene. Hang on, I'll just load up an image. I don't have it handy on this scene. Where is it? Current assets. No, not that one. Where is it? Wait. Oh, 2024 assets. Okay. VTuber frame. Getting any better than this? Ah, double mega jump scare. So I have this like little VTuber frame overlay that I commissioned from Sony. And I do still really like that. I don't use it a lot at the moment because like, I haven't really done game streams properly for a while and stuff. But I do have this and I do really like it. And I do plan to commission Sony for another frame like that, but obviously one that complements the New Megu design instead. And Sony does do like a minimal overlay style now. They've got like different overlay styles that they didn't have back when I was commissioning stuff. And I do quite like the idea. Let me load it up. I visit their page so often and just daydream that like if I type VGen into my address bar, it just comes up with Sony. This is the artist I'm talking about, if anyone is curious. But yeah, they do these ones. Let's have a cheeky little window capture moment, chat. Little window capture moment. It's been a while. It's been a while. So yeah, they do these. That is really off center. Hang on, squidge that over a little bit. Squidge me over a little bit and come sit with you, chat. Hi, chat. Hi, chat. You smell so good today. So yeah, they do like these combo overlays now, which I really like. So like you get like the VTuber frame, but then like it also like you see how it has like just like a few little details around the edges. And I really like that. I really like that because like you've still got like a little bit of interest and personality, but like you still get like pretty much a full screen of like uninterrupted like gameplay or art or whatever. So I really like that. I think that's a really nice compliment, not compliment, compromise. I think that's a really nice compromise because like overlays are nice because they do show off like your personality and your vibe a bit. So like I do like overlays, but like I don't like a lot of your typical VTuber overlays, if that makes sense. So I really like that. I really like these minimal ones that Sony does. So I do want to commission them for one of these when we do have the new model. I do want to commission them for something like that. And I kind of envision it like the little bits around the edges, you know, like we'll have like the stripes and like the eyeballs and stuff. And like maybe like a little bit of like creeping void in the corner or something maybe. That's kind of what I roughly envision. But I'll like feed them my ideas and then they can pretty much do what they want with it. They're like cracked as fuck. Their work is amazing. Like Sony's work is like so good. But yeah, I put a link in chat. Sony is really, really good to work with. I really enjoyed working with Sony. And they had a pretty quick turnaround as well, as far as I remember. And like honestly, like for the standard of their work as well, I think their prices are so fucking reasonable. Like for the standard and quality of their work, like how much do they charge? Yeah, it's like the little profile frames of only 50 quid. Like I think that's really good. I think that's really good value. Like look, animated Windows YCH overlay, only 88 quid. And like, look how like many different bits of animation there are and stuff. Like, oh god, that made me jump. That made me jump. Thank you so much for the follow. And yeah, like these ones where you got the minimal overlay and the frame. 139. Like I don't think that's bad. Like for the quality of their work and stuff, I think they're really good value. I do like these ones they do as well with like the little ID panel with like the names. I do really like those as well. They're really cool too. I'm a big fan of this person's work, if you can't tell. I'm a big fan of their work, if you can't tell. They're very good. Big recommend. Big heckin' recommend. They are a Mega approved artiste. Mega approved artiste. I have commissioned them before, and I plan to do so again. Now I can't tell. Ah, oh, damn it. I always struggle. I'm always way too subtle about things. My friend just started streaming. She does sewing crafts and has similar style borders. I DM you a picture. Ooh, let me see. Yeah, see, I like stuff like that. Like stuff like that is way better in my opinion. Like I don't like it when you have like big old like borders and stuff. Like I don't want to take the piss out of anyone current or anything because that's a bit mean. But I think I've got my old overlays saved somewhere. Where are they? Where are they? They're in here somewhere, the disgusting things. Yeah, so obviously this is like, cut me some slack, right? Because this is dating back like, what? 4.5, nearly 5 years now. But like, this is the overlay I used to stream with. So like, if you had it like obviously fit to a screen like that, you know? It was like that. And a lot of people still use overlays like this. A lot of people have moved on from overlays like this, but like you do still get a lot of people that use this kind of overlay. And like so my VTuber would normally like back in the day, like let me just hide chat for a second just for illustrative purposes. So like my VTuber would be like down here in the corner. And then obviously the chat box is that little bit above me. And then, you know, the window where you see the piss room would be like where the game is and stuff. And then like a lot of times you'd have like boxes for like, you know, subscribers, followers, latest donation and stuff like that. And it's way too much visual clutter for me. Like I prefer like, even if, you know, like if you're playing a game, like even if you have the VTuber like fairly big, you know, I feel like typically if you stay at the edge of the screen, even if you're playing a game full screen, if you just don't have an overlay on, like, I feel like you can see more just because the screen is bigger. Because when you have an overlay like this, like, the entire game screen that you're viewing on stream is that much smaller. Because, like, you're already not getting full screen on Twitch anyway, right? Because, like, even if you have it in theater mode, like, normally if you're chatting as well, which I normally am when I'm watching the streams, you know, it's, like, already smaller because of the chat box on Twitch and stuff like that. And then the actual stream itself, it's smaller still because you got this big fuck off overlay on it. And I really don't like overlays like that anymore. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. Please don't take it personally. Like, if you do use an overlay like that, it's up to you. Obviously, do what you want to do. It's your stream. You run it how you want to. It's just not my personal cup of tea. As both a streamer and a viewer, it's not what I personally enjoy. Hi, Ken. How you doing? Thankfully, I avoid this issue. I don't think I've stopped by when you're live yet. I don't know. I don't think I've only seen you on TikTok, but then it's like TikTok ratio, so I don't see everything. I forgot about the fireplace plugs. Yeah, what about them? What about them, Lilac? What's wrong with my plugs? What's wrong with my plug? Where else am I supposed to have plug sockets, Lilac? Can you think of a better place for plug sockets? Because I can't. I can't think of a better place for plug sockets. I don't know what the problem is. Can we straighten the blind yet? No. The blind is perfect. Why do you want to straighten the blind? It's 2025, Bovington. The blinds don't have to be straight. They can be bent if they want to. The blinds can be a little slanty as a treat. We don't discriminate in this chat. I've moved away from overlays. If I do, it's very minimal. Yeah, that's what we were just saying, Kin. I was just saying, like, I don't really like the kind of more old school. A lot of people, thankfully, have moved away from that kind of overlay now. That you do still often, like, not often, like, you do sometimes still find people using that kind of overlay, but I feel like it has largely fallen out of favor, which personally I think is a good thing. I'm also kind of glad, like, do you remember, like, old overlays and stuff? It used to be really common where, like, people would have, like, the boxes where it would show, like, the latest sub, follower, donator and stuff like that. Like, I used to have those on screen, and, like, I never really liked it, but, like, I had it because, like, all the other VTubers had it, sort of thing, you know? I had it because everyone else had it, so I felt like socially obligated to have it too. But, like, I never really cared. And, like, whenever I'm like watching someone else's stream or something, I genuinely do not look or care. Like, if I follow someone, I don't give a shit if my name shows up on the overlay or not, you know? Like, if I subscribe, I don't care if it doesn't pop up and tell everyone Megumu subscribed. Like, I personally have never looked at it and gone, yeah, I'm on the screen. And, like, I don't care about seeing anyone else's name on the screen. Like, it genuinely could not matter less to me. But, like, I used to have it because everyone had it. But I ended up, like, not having that at some point. At some point, I just ditched overlays completely, and then I just kind of never looked back. And I don't miss it. And, like, even that, like, has seemed to, like, quite largely fall out of favor, which, honestly, I'm quite grateful for. I'm quite grateful for. There are a few cases where that makes sense, but almost never in a game. Yeah, like, it's way too much for gaming. Like, I can kind of understand it for stuff like hand cam streams or, like, art streams. It's not as bad, but yeah, for games, it's awful. It's fucking awful for games. Because, like, you're already fighting to a degree with, like, the compression and stuff anyway of it, like, going through stream, right? And being broadcast. You're already not getting, like, top quality anyway, and then when you're, like, nerfing it even further by having it in a teeny tiny little window, it's just stupid, man. It's just stupid. Like, I would rather, like, if I'm playing a game, like, I would normally, like, how big am I normally? I think, like, when I stream games, I think I'm normally about this kind of size. And I'll put myself over here for a second, just because it's easier to see. I think I'm normally around about this sort of size when I stream games. And I think that's fine, you know? And, like, if for any chance, like if something happens in game where I am taking over space, I would just like shrink myself for the moment or move myself somewhere else on the screen or whatever, you know. But like I think generally speaking, I'm probably normally about this kind of size when I stream games, and then I don't have any kind of oh my god, Anonymous, thank you for giving the sub to the Pissler. Hell yeah. Oh my god, I hope they come in and see, like, oh my god, who's this? Oh my god, their room looks like piss. This is amazing. So yeah, I think that's a better kind of thing, because chances are, like, normally if you hang around in like one of the bottom corners, right? If you're playing a game and you hang around in one of these bottom corners, like, you're not typically missing out on much stuff, right? Because, like, most of the stuff that happens in games, like, if we use Megu for scale, right? If we use Megu for scale, like, you know, normally you'll have, like, your UI elements on the side, right? You'll either have, like, down at the bottom a little bit along here, you'll have them down here, or they might be, like, in the top corners. But like normally you can like disregard like a little bit, like not a huge amount of stuff is normally happening at the side of the screen, right? So like if you have your VTuber like this, yeah, you might be blocking a little bit of stuff, but like you're not really blocking anything too important. And then you've still got like all of this amount of screen that is like completely uninterrupted viewing. Like I think that's fine. Except for that one. Do you guys remember that one time when Mia was playing Monster Hunter? And like, to be fair, Mia does have his model on screen larger than I normally would do. I think Mia's model was like around about this size. But like someone complained in one of Mia's Monster Hunter streams, right? They're like, I can't see the stuff you're blocking. And like the only stuff Mia was blocking was like the fucking like UI elements and like stuff that no one even really, like, he wasn't blocking any of like the fighting or the action or anything. It was only like the fucking like player list and stuff at the side that he was blocking. Like he wasn't blocking anything important whatsoever. And some fucking bozo in chat was like, can you make yourself smaller? I can't see the game. And I think like multiple people in chat were just like, bro, shut the fuck up. We all just told him to do one, basically. In polite times, everyone was just kind of like, kindly, no. I think it was a front page stream. Yeah, I think it was one of the days he was front page. And he was doing Monster Hunter with people in chat. Yeah, no, I remember, like, I'm pretty sure Mia, like, moved himself away and it was like, what am I even blocking that's important? Like, no, I'm not blocking anything important. Like, shut up. Because, like, yeah, he was over here. And yeah, he had his model pretty big. But, like, the monsters are here in the middle, right? The monsters are pretty central to the screen most of the time. The fight and the action is pretty central to the screen most of the time. Like, nothing super important is going on over here. It's like when I stream like Genshin or Star Rail, you know, I'll have like my character over here. Like the only thing I'm blocking, like, yeah, you can't see the UI elements, you know, you can't see my character's HP, or, you know, you can't see the button that shows you if my ult is available or not. But like, you're not missing out on anything really, right? But Megu, how would they know which potion Mia had highlighted? They wouldn't know, that's the problem. I like seeing everything, but that's just me. Then watch Let's Plays on YouTube. Watch Let's Plays on YouTube, not VTubers. I would have taken up the middle out of spite. Like, oh, you think that's too big? Yeah, you think that's it? What about this? What about this? What if I stream like this? What are you missing now, Boza? What the fuck are you missing now? How's that for blocking the fucking screen? People are so
Down
special.
in front, you're blocking the action.
Good. I will continue to block the action. Wait, why is there a hype train? No! Stinky! Chat, do not perceive the scam train. do not perceive the scam train. Do not. Do not. What the fuck, guys? I hate it. I'm going to sit in the piss corner until I get my hair back. I'm going to sit in my piss until you give my hair back. Yeah, there's no shot you'll ever see the whole UI if you're watching a VTuber specifically. Yeah, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, that's one reason I do like the, no, that's not ignoring! Guys, you're just... I don't even know what to tell you guys. But yeah, let me switch screens quickly, because I can't show you here. I can't show you what I want to show you there. Let's go to the game scene quickly. Because I only have this on one scene. Oh look, chat, it's the void. Yippee! Where's my frame? Get rid of that quickly. So like, that's why I quite like this overlay frame that Sony made, because like, it's quite nice because like, it does make you a bit smaller. You know, it does make you, like, you can make yourself, like, the VTuber itself. Buddy!
Honspits.
You guys are no Honspits. It's rebrand only. I refuse to be enabled to gamble. It's rebrand only. But yeah, like, if I have my model like this in the VTuber frame, like, I can still move it around. So, like, if I want to put it somewhere else on the screen, you know, I can if I want to. And obviously, I can still rescale it, you know, if I want to be smaller for some weird reason, I can. If I want to be big, I can still be big, chat. You can't escape me. If I want to be big, I will be big. If I want to be big, I will be big. Honestly, the main reason I don't use this much anymore isn't because I don't like it. It's sheer laziness. I'm not gonna lie. The only reason I don't really use this at the moment is pretty much pure laziness. Because, like, obviously, as you can see, because of the way it clips, I have to have my VTuber model in a very specific place. And I have this set up as, like, its own source. That's why, like, if I turn on my normal VTuber source, oh, there's two of me. And it's just a little bit annoying. In an ideal world, I would just make its own scene. I would have, like, a scene specifically set up to utilize the frame. But I'm fucking lazy and I just never got around to doing that. Basically, I'm just lazy and I never got around to doing that. So that's why you don't see this frame a lot of the time. Also, I did stop playing games a lot of the time because of my wrist situation, which also didn't help shit, to be fair. My wrist situation also didn't help shit. But yeah, that's one reason I like about that frame, because, like, obviously if I put myself over here and I have myself like the same sort of size, hang on, how big did I? Oh god, oh, but it's shrinking. Oh wait, hang on. I need to try and match the scale. Is that about? Okay, I think that's about the same sort of scale. So, like, yeah, if we think about, like, having me in this, like, obviously you can still see everything above, but, like, there's also a lot more below that you can see. Whereas if I have this model, like, over at the side, it's blocking that whole segment, right? It blocks off that whole segment. So, like, I feel like the frame is nice. I do like it. I just haven't used it a lot for reasons recently. What the fuck is Champions Meet? It's Champions Meet time. Champions Meet actually starts August 21st. We just picked. What is Champions Meet? Wait, I don't know what you're talking about. Which Champions Meet? What is Champions Meet? Like, what are you talking about? I feel confused. I don't know. What are you guys talking about? I'm so confused. Yay! Thank you for the scam, chat. Thank you for the scam. Oh, the Uma thing. The Uma thing that I haven't been getting read before. I see. I see. I get it. I get it. Another reason I haven't really been using the frame as well is because I still haven't done it yet, but I do still want to try out stream with Meld. But unfortunately, Meld doesn't have, Meld Studio doesn't have image masking at the moment. So if I switch to Meld, I wouldn't be able to use the frame there. So that's another reason why I stopped using it, because I was like, I'm going to switch and then I can't use it anyway, so... But I haven't switched yet, so it's kind of a moot point, but yeah. I must veg for actual workday tomorrow. Honestly, I should probably end soon too. I should probably end soon too. It is 11 already. Sheesh. Sheesh. I know I started later, but like, I still feel like I haven't been streaming that long. Has it really been almost 3 hours? That's crazy. I feel like it's been like an hour and a half tops. Yeah, I think there are participation rewards, yeah. I will participate, but I have no intentions of trying to win. I have no intentions of trying to win. I will just take my participation rewards and say thank you very much. I should bet I have to be up at 6:40. Ew, that's stinky. That's way too early. I was like, wait, I should set my alarm, shouldn't I? Because even though I'm not going to be driving Mia to work tomorrow, I do need to try and get in the habit of waking up earlier. I should probably set an alarm too. I should probably set an alarm too, chat. I pressed the wrong button. Not 2200, 9. I'm going to do 9:30. That's still a fair bit earlier than I've been waking up naturally at the moment. So I feel like 9:30 is a good compromise time. I want to jump straight into waking up at 7 a.m. every day. This is the part where Barnsley's like, I wake up at 4 a.m. Also, I think we're all getting demoted to class 5 tomorrow. Yeah, I'm in demotion range. I'm in demotion range. I don't mind. It's whatever. Only when Ash is at work. True. I have all my frames for testing in OBS on one scene, but I also have ones I use my actual game scene too. Yeah, I need to make a specific scene for it so that I'm not like constantly switching between like, okay, turn this source off and then turn that one back on and then reposition VTuber and lock it in place and blah 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 blah. It's just a bit annoying. Making a scene wouldn't even be that hard. I'm just lazy. I'm just really fucking lazy. I dream of waking at 4 a.m. Why though? Why though? I got a 430k score. I'm maths, so I can theoretically do 450, but the stars need to align for that. I got a really decent score, and I was like, oh, does that put me in promote? No. I can't remember. I don't know, I'll have to have a look on my phone. I can't remember what I got. I think I got about 440, 450-ish. And I was like, oh, does that mean promotion? Or like, does that mean retention? No, demotion. The bar is so high. The bar is actually so fucking high at the moment. But I kind of didn't expect to stay in rank 6, to be fair. Where am I? What am I at? Yeah, my high score at the moment is 451,822. But the retention line is 466,827. So that's like what? 15,000? No, yeah, 15,000 more points. I don't think I'm gonna get up from 51 to 66. I don't see that happening. But it's fine, I guess. Oh yeah, I see the league selection thing you're talking about now. I don't know what I'll pick. I'll look at it later, maybe. Speaking of bed, though, I think I'm fading, so I made the weekend with injury. Oh god. Maybe next week there won't be an injury, right? You'll make it through next week with no injuries, right, Lilac? Right? Right? I don't really know what I'm going to do for the coming week, chat. I will probably still be unscheduled. I'm really sorry. I know it's been a while without schedule again. I was thinking I was pretty close to being scheduled again, but obviously with the stick that got thrown in the wheel with Mia's work on Friday, I don't know what's currently going to happen. So I haven't made a schedule yet, and I maybe won't make one this week. I know I do have to do Mia's office days this week because his carpooler isn't going into the office this week. So there should, in theory, be 3 days at least this week that I do have to do princess duties for. So yeah, I don't know what his plans are or anything. So we might stay unscheduled for a little while we work stuff out. I might do I kind of like doing it. It depends. It kind of depends if Toru streams. If Toru streams Monday or Tuesday evening, then I probably won't stream Monday or Tuesday evening. But if Toru doesn't stream Monday, Tuesday evening, I might do a evening stream. Might do a Monday or Tuesday evening stream if no one else is streaming. But if someone else is streaming, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I like watching my friends stream. It's so annoying. There's not enough time in the day to do everything. How am I supposed to do my own stream, watch my friend's stream, play Uma Musume, draw art, play Honkai Star Rail? How am I supposed to do all these things in one day, man? It's not possible. It's not possible. I need more hours in my day, please. That or more energy to efficiently use the hours I have. I once split my knuckle in my sleep. Probably had a nightmare and punched the wall. Lilac, you are beyond help. You are beyond help, buddy, but we love you. We love you. Even if you are a little walking disaster. Maybe I might wrap up stream here. Honestly, I might wrap up stream here myself then. Because I am starting to get a bit tired myself anyway, because of it being half. Not half. It's what even? 11 o'clock. There we go. 11 o'clock. It is 11 o'clock already. And I am starting to get a bit tired myself, so I probably wouldn't be going too much longer anyway. And if half of you are dropping out because you're tired anyway, I'll just be sat here talking to hardly anyone. So maybe now's a good time. Maybe now's a good time to end for everyone. Can we be bothered to raid out today, chat? Can we? Oh, Ellie's not streaming anymore. I was going to say we could raid Ellie, but she's not live anymore. Sad. Or is she, wait, is she? No, my Ellie tab is someone else now. Who's live? Is TK still live? No, TK's not live either. Oh, I know TK is live. I'm blind.
You can start doing a bed routine.
Yeah. What if I end stream and go brush my teethies? I know Mr. Lion's not here to hear me say it, but like, that'll make him happy, right? That sounds scary. What, starting a bed routine? Yeah, and I gotta get my sleeping habit in check because I need to start taking Mia to work every office day. I need to fix my sleep schedule because I've been going to bed at like 3, 4 a.m. and waking up at like 11, 12 the following day. And I can't do that if I need to take Mia to work. So I need to fix myself. It's probably not going to be easy, but we have to try. We have to try. But yeah, I'm going to throw you guys at TK. Or should I just end without Raiden? I feel like if I dump you guys at TK, but then everyone leaves, I don't want to make him sad. Because I know most of us are planning on going. Mate, no, I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to end without Raid now, I think. I'm going to end without Raid now because I'm too tired to really stick around and chat. And I know a bunch of you have said that you are going to go to bed shortly as well. So yeah, I think I'm going to just end stream, I think. And then I'm just going to be a little bit selfish and just end stream. But yeah, I don't really know what next week holds. I will upguide? No, wait. I will update you guys. My brain like merged update and guys, and I don't know what happened. But yeah, I will update you guys accordingly as and when I know anything. I will let you guys know. Things are all a bit up in the air at the moment. I don't really know what's going to happen, but when I do know anything, you guys will know. But until then, streams are just going to very much be a as and when they happen, if they happen, kind of basis. But I hope you all have a good rest of your day, whatever you guys get up to. I hope everyone gets a good night's sleep. All of us going off to bed soon. I hope you'll get a good night's sleep. And I should see you around at some point next week. I just don't know when. I don't know when, but I will see you guys around, hopefully. But yeah, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I had lots of fun yapping with you. I hope you had fun here too. And I will see you next week. But for now, good night, everyone. Bye-bye. Mwah. A little kiss good night.